welcome you to Cameron Stadium in Washington, Pennsylvania for Week 6 action in the President's Athletic Conference between the Allegheny Gators and the Washington and Jefferson Presidents here on KDKA+. Hi, everyone, and we welcome you inside the broadcast booth. I'm Austin Bechtold. Pleased to be joined by my good friend Alex Terrett. The third member of our crew, Matt Fargo, will join us in just a moment. Both of these teams are coming off of losses. A big critical loss in the standings for Washington and Jefferson to the number one team in the PAC now in Grove City, and Allegheny a home loss to Carnegie Mellon.
And this is a classic story of redemption versus statement. You're going to see these presidents. They're hungry. They're hungry for another win. After 4 straight big wins, they come off a big loss to Grove City. Can they get back on track and redeem themselves? And for the Allegheny side, they need to make a statement win. They're 2-3. They have 2 good losses, but they've been keeping in the game since then. However, they need a big statement win to push their season forward.
And the man that will be under center for Allegheny, Jack Johnson, one of the main players to watch in this game for the Allegheny defense to be able to get back on track and be able to pick up a victory.
Anytime he throws for over 300 yards, his team is 2-0. Anytime he throws for under 300 yards, his team is 0-3. I'm very interested to see if he can make the plays, get the ball to his playmakers, and make sure that they have a victory today.
And one of those playmakers, Declan O'Brien, one of the top receivers in the President's Athletic Conference and all of D3 football. The man covering him today for the majority of the game should be Bruno Fabricki.
And we'll see. He's going to have the most important matchup today because he's going to be following and covering Declan O'Brien all over the field today. He's a tall, athletic, aggressive corner, and his team is going to rely on him to do his job. If he does his job and he does it well, the Presidents are going to have no trouble getting the win today.
Washington and Jefferson at 4-1. Allegheny Gators entering today at 2-3 overall. What are the keys to the game? First starting with the Gators to pull off a road upset.
And Allegheny's, really importantly, score early and often. We're going to see that the only way the Gators come out with the win today is through shootout. If they can score consistently and put the ball in the end zone, they'll be fine trying to stop this W&J offense. And then we're also going to see QB contain on the defensive line. It's really important if they contain Jake Pugh. You know what Pugh does with his legs, the ability to extend and make plays on the outside. Can this Allegheny defensive line make him set his feet and beat them from the pocket?
Now, there's still a lot on the line for Washington and Jefferson in this season. A bowl game and a chance to potentially make the playoffs as well. What do the Presidents need to do?
And the Presidents need to create stops on third down. Last week against Grove City converted 9 out of 15 third downs. Can this W&J defense return to their dominance and get off the field? And then we also see, can they control this game? Like I said, get back to your dominance. Before last week, they outscored opponents by over 35 points. They need a statement win to get the committee back on their side and get them in the power rankings farther up.
Allegheny and W&J PAC play coming up next here on KDKA+.
What keeps you moving? Is it your grandkids learning to ride a bike? Or Fido wanting to go for walks? At Washington Health System Center for Orthopedic Excellence, our highly trained team offers a wide variety of services, all tailored to your specific needs. Don't let pain or injury stop you any longer. Choose Washington Health System for your orthopedic care and take your first steps towards recovery and a healthier, more active life.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails, and one-of-a-kind food items. Celebrate an Allegheny win with the newest fall cocktail, Gator Juice. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than the Voodoo Production Facility and Event Space for your next event. For more information, visit voodoobrewery.com.
Welcome back to D3 College Football on KDKA+. Let's send it down to the sideline and the third member of our crew, Matt Fargo.
Thanks, guys. And you were talking about how Washington and Jefferson needs to bounce back and have a redemption week after last week's loss. Talking to Coach Sirianni, he called it ultimate damage to their ultimate goals, and noting that they only had 9 offensive possessions last week when their goal is 13 or 14 of them. He also called it a get-up week, and history is on their side when that is the case. Last year, when they suffered 2 regular season losses, they took it out on their opponents, outscoring them 105-7. Allegheny will try to rewrite that history here today. Guys.
Yeah, Alex, you played on this team for 4 years. You know what it's like for W&J. The culture, the program, so focused on winning the conference every year and the ultimate goal of making the playoffs and doing damage.
And that's the expectations you have for this team. And just playing at such a high level, having one of the highest winning percentages whenever you lose a game, it's such a disappointment and a deterrent from the team, schools.
Allegheny won the toss and deferred to the second half, so Washington and Jefferson will get the ball first to begin the game. Levi Schwartz, as well as Kobe DeRosa, are back deep, standing at the 10-yard line. As we are underway from Cameron Stadium, Allegheny, W&J on KDKA Plus, beginning with a touchback. It brings out the Washington and Jefferson offense under the direction of junior quarterback Jake Pugh, 5'11", 195-pound quarterback from Thomas Jefferson High School. Pugh threw for over 400 yards last week in the loss to Grove City. Second week in a row, Justin Huss is out of the lineup. Troy Volpatti, the sophomore from Bethel Park, gets the start at running back with McCosco, Peduzzi, Rosati, the wide receivers. The veteran offensive line on the first handoff to Volpatti. Not much cooking there, though, for the sophomore. Only a gain of 2 from the 25 to the 27 to bring up second down and 8 as Malcolm Denomi made the tackle. Now on the opposite side, for the Allegheny Gators, coming off of a loss last week to Carnegie Mellon. Nigel Williams had an interception. 2 interceptions in the first quarter for Allegheny defensively. A solid game overall. It's not able to pull out a victory. Cernuto on the catch. Makes a move past the 30. Rumbles over a man past the 35 and is brought down after picking up a first down at the 39-yard line. David Babb, at his cornerback position, made the stop.
And that's what we love, the tight ends, getting in space. Zach Cernuto, one of your biggest playmakers, always in the end zone. However, now we're going to start seeing him get involved, make some people miss, get some extra tough yards.
Washington and Jefferson, a very quick offense. 23 seconds on the play clock. Gets the snap off. Pugh pass to an open man at the 50-yard line. Rosati on the reception into Allegheny territory at the 49 before Babb once again able to bring him down.
And this is what Coach Sirianni loves to do with Jake Pugh. Get him out of the pocket, scramble, get his feet around, delivering a great ball to Rosati to get a first down and keep this ball moving down the field.
Now on the Gator side of the field, pistol formation for Pugh. Rosati in motion, and now Pugh looking deep, trying to connect with McCosco, and incomplete. But a flag comes in at the very end of the play. Trying to connect with the sophomore wide receiver from Peters Township. 6'1", big target down the field. Babb was in coverage. It looks like he got a hold of McCosco. So a little bit of trouble with the ref mic there. But it was a holding call on the Gators. First down now at the 39 of Allegheny. Rosati goes in motion towards the near side. Fake the handoff, and Pugh now tucks and runs. 35-30. Pugh is running about the 25-20. Near side of the field at the 15 and out of bounds. Inside the red zone for another W&J first down as this offense continues to matriculate its way down the field.
Presidents love to see Rosati coming across the formation with those jet sweep fakes. Pugh pulls the ball. Know that he has Rosati up in the flat. Tries to take it himself and makes a big gain for his team.
Now lines up with DeRosa in the backfield with him. Fake the handoff that way. Pugh towards the end zone. Cannot connect with John Peduzzi. Threw it into double coverage and just a little bit of miscommunication there on where Peduzzi was going to set up in the end zone. Maybe just too quick of a pass from Pugh. Brings up second down.
This Allegheny defense is seeing everything. They're seeing so many different players out in formation, out in motion. And then we also see Pugh trying to thread the needle a little bit. Him and Peduzzi off target, little off script today. We'll see if they can shore up those problems right now.
So 13-18 to go in the first quarter of play. We're having a little bit of trouble with the clock being able to connect. So we'll get that fixed in no time as going in motion right home towards the near side. Hand off to DeRosa. DeRosa gets towards the 10-yard line. A pickup of 5 on second down. Third and manageable at the 10-yard line. W&J can still pick up a first down on this drive. Josh Salisbury on the tackle.
We're still waiting for this W&J offense to really keep pounding the run game and maybe break one off. We see a lot of short passes, a lot of quick passes. Hopefully that'll start opening up some holes from this offensive line.
Third down and 5. Peduzzi, Rosati, as well as McCosco are the wide receivers with DeRosa and Cernuto in the backfield. Pugh with time. Pass out. DeRosa on the catch and the score. Kobe DeRosa, his third catch of the year, his third receiving touchdown of the year as Washington and Jefferson goes out in front.
I want to take another look at that one. So you see, you're also going to have all these crossing routes. The Presidents love to show all these crossing routes with Rosati and Peduzzi coming across the middle. And then you see just Kobe DeRosa just leaking out for an easy touchdown.
Ricky Hunter's extra point, up and good, 7-0. Washington and Jefferson goes out in front with 12:39 to go here in the first quarter of play from Cameron Stadium.
Why call two men in a truck? If you're like Joe, you need to move your business without moving a single meeting. The word stop isn't in your vocabulary. You want it handled with no hitches, no glitches, and no sweat. That's why you call two men in a truck.
Two men in a truck.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
Here at Loway, we have a pretty vast array of customizable promotional products, from pens, signs, mugs, water bottles, really anything you can think of. Some of the main services we provide here are screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. What really sets us apart from our competitors is our on-staff design crew and our customer service. We can really help take your branding and marketing to a new level. The main thing you can expect from us here at Loway is quick turnaround times and a really high-quality product.
You can now get more local news on KDKA Plus. More breaking news.
Residents are being asked to stay outside of their house.
More community stories. More weather.
A couple of funnel clouds were spotted.
Weekdays at 12:30 on KDKA Plus.
Back here at Cameron Stadium as Washington and Jefferson will send it away. After a great first drive for W&J to punch it into the end zone. After last week, the struggles in the second half against Grove City. W&J has now outscored its opponents in the first quarter 66-0. Fair catch called for at the 5-yard line. Now let's take another look at that touchdown, Alex. This is a play that W&J has used multiple times to try to get DeRosa out in space.
And this is what's called a Sirianni special. Sirianni loves to run this play in the red zone. You're going to see Rosati's going to run his man off. He's going to see Peduzzi coming across the middle as well. Play it. And then we're going to see that DeRosa is just going to leak out into the flat, just be wide open. You just see all this distraction, all these distracting window candy, eye candy, and then DeRosa, easy cleanup, which is another one of his third touchdown receptions of the year.
Jack Johnson, the senior quarterback, 6'3", 195 pounds, from Hingham, Massachusetts. Takes over at the 25-yard line in the pistol formation. Send Austin Williams in motion, the tight end, away from us to the far side of the field. Flag comes in as the play clock hit double zeros. And the first offensive play of the game for Allegheny results in a delay of game. Not the way that you want to start, obviously, for Allegheny. You give up 7 points just a few minutes into the game. And a pre-snap penalty right after the kickoff. For Johnson, 1st and 15, pass is caught. Williams right at the original line of scrimmage. Makes the reception at the 25. Brought down by Brandon Brown, making the start in the secondary. So for Allegheny, Trey Worship at running back, one of the main players to watch out for. But it starts and ends with Declan O'Brien. 48 receptions, 664 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns on the year. One of the best wide receivers in all of D3 football, and especially here in the PAC. Other names to look out for, Ian Dursey, as well Austin Williams, the second leading receiver at tight end. And Fabricki is the one guarding O'Brien on the near side. Johnson, middle of the field, incomplete. Not able to connect with Curtis Knobloch. For Washington and Jefferson defensively, there's a couple of guys out in this game. Angelo Volumino not playing. Marcus Harrell Jr. starting at linebacker for him. Aaron Carruthers also not in the lineup at secondary. Brandon Brown taking his place. Zakai Simmons in the secondary. And the ever so dangerous Avery Keefe, Dawson Dietz, Jaron Timmons on the defensive line. Sets up 3rd down and 10. Ball at the 25, needing to get to the 35-yard line to convert. Pistol formation for Jack Johnson. Johnson, with time, rolls out near side. Keith applying pressure. Pass downfield is caught. O'Brien makes the reception right past the sticks at the 36-yard line to keep the drive alive.
So you're going to start seeing Allegheny really wants to get Declan O'Brien on those double moves. You see he kind of runs up, sticks it, but then stops. He doesn't go all the way up the field. Leaves Jack Johnson with that option to throw him underneath, get that first down, even with all the pressure in his face.
The 49th reception for Declan O'Brien of the year. Whereas number 15 went to Norland High School, a senior, 5'11", 170 pounds. Lines up on the near side of the field. Carson Laconey guards him. Pistol for Johnson. Man in motion. Fake the handoff and throw it that way. Pass is caught. Dursey gets back to the line of scrimmage. Ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage there to Dursey. Not able to create much space as Avery Keith and Marcus Harrell collapsed in on him.
This is just great tackling by the Presidents, just all swarming to the ball. Behind the line of scrimmage pass, Avery Keith trailing, was able to make a great play from the D-line spot. Even when you see D linemen make those plays out in space, especially all the way out the sideline, you know they're doing something right.
For a junior 6'3" defensive end to be able to sprint out there, make the tackle. It's 27th tackle of the year. Impressive play made. Johnson in the pistol. 2nd down and 10. With time, over the middle, caught Declan O'Brien on the reception to the 42. Or Justin Johns brings him down. It sets up 3rd down and 3 coming up.
Declan O'Brien just does such a great job of just finding the open window. You see, as soon as he finds the open window, he stops. He doesn't keep moving up the field, gives Jack Johnson that small, short option. It's basically an extension of their run game, just those short, quick passes, because they know their offensive line struggles against this type of D-line like the Presidents have. Just getting the ball out quick, getting them able to move the ball, just gradually up the field, just like they do in the run game.
And he's a player that you just want to make sure you get him out in space and let him work.
Exactly. You never know whenever he breaks a tackle, he can make something really huge happen from something small.
Brings up 3rd down and 3, needing the 46 to convert. Pistol formation once again for Johnson. Johnson near side of the field, caught again. Declan O'Brien in space, past the 50, 40, and Johnson lost the football at the end of it, and the Presidents look to have recovered. Washington and Jefferson forces the first turnover of the game, as W&J's offense will take over. Tanner Volpatty on the recovery.
And that just hurts because you know we were just talking about Declan O'Brien able to make something out of nothing, make a huge play happen, but then he just cannot hold on to the ball. That's a great strip. And now all of a sudden you see the President's offense come back out. Well, after Allegheny just had such a huge positive play for themselves, and now they're just shooting themselves in the foot once again.
Ball at the 37-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Pugh. Huge play early on in the game. Rosati goes in motion towards the far side of the field. Handed off to Volpatty. Volpatty follows his blocking past the 40, dives his way towards the 43. Makes it to that point, and it'll be 2nd down and about 4 coming up. Offensive line for W&J. Elijah Staub, the youngest player on the line, a sophomore, 6'3" at left tackle. Fake the handoff and throw it middle of the field. McCosco's wide open in Allegheny territory. Past the 40, 35, 30. Foot race past the 20, 15, 10, 5. McCosco's into the end zone. 57 yards for the W&J score. And his first touchdown of the season on his 22nd grab.
This is just such an amazing design right here. You see McCosco just going right behind the defender. He has all that window candy with the outside flat route, and then just keeps put on the jets. McCosco with a huge score and his first reception touchdown of the season.
Ricky Hunter's extra point is up and good. Washington and Jefferson takes care of the turnover. Declan O'Brien fumbled, helped to lead to the 57-yard touchdown from Pugh to McCosco. Overall in the PAC, Grove City undefeated at 5-0 at Geneva this week. Case Western playing at St. Vincent. Bethany at Westminster. Teal is at Carnegie Mellon. And here today, Allegheny and Washington and Jefferson. As the extra point from Hunter is no good, rather. So 13-0. Hunter not able to convert on that. So a 13-0 lead for W&J, sending the ball back away to Allegheny. In a very early hole for this Gators team, looking to try to bounce back from last week's loss to Carnegie Mellon, where turnovers were a factor very early on. Ben Mills with 2 interceptions early in the first quarter, helping to set up points for the Gators. Kickoff away and another fair catch signaled for as it bounces into the end zone. And the Gators will take over for the second time without a run back. Johnson on the season, over 1,000 yards passing, 125 rating, 8 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. One of the most experienced quarterbacks in the conference. And would expect them to go right back to Declan O'Brien after the fumble, something so rare from him. As how about O'Brien began the game with sleeves and now appears to be going short sleeves. Wonder if that was part of the reason why. Handoff goes to Miller. Miller, big hole past the 40. Miller's off to the races. 40, 30, Miller past the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and into the end zone. What a response from Allegheny, 75 yards for Curry Miller.
And that's exactly how you come back with a vengeance. You just have that huge disappointing turnover. You get with that huge touchdown. Why don't you create an own touchdown of your own with that huge rundown? Just that ending speed. Fabricki trying to catch him at the end, not able to do so. And all of a sudden, Allegheny makes this a game again.
How about Austin Williams and Declan O'Brien trailing the play the entire time, down the field, blocking out in space for Miller to make sure that he made his way to the end zone from 75 yards out. What a game we have so far. With 8:54 to go in the first quarter, 13-7, Washington and Jefferson leads it here on KDKA+.
We raised $5,000!
When you purchase life insurance and annuity products from GBU Life, you also have more opportunities to give back to your community. GBU matches donations you make up to $1,000 per member.
I have GBU Life Insurance. Oh, wow.
I have a GBU youth policy.
Whoa.
We've got GBU annuities. Hey!
Our $5,000 just turned into $10,000.
That's a lot of big checks.
Find out more at gbu.org.
Maya, can you come in here, please?
Already.
Yeah, Dad, what's up?
Is that your brother on the TV?
Yeah, that's my brother. It looks like it's tonight's game.
But how can that be your brother? I have never missed a single game.
We couldn't go tonight. Remember, you broke your foot.
Right. Well, I don't know who's putting on this production, but without them, I'd be missing this.
I started working out with my dad when I was 12 years old. He said, "While everybody else is sleeping, you up working. It's gonna pay off for you." Biggest decisions I ever had to make my junior year. I had my daughter at the time, so, I'm like, I gotta provide. I had the opportunity to leave early. I had to make a decision. Was I gonna leave or was I gonna come back to college for an extra year? I'm about to cry talking about this shit. Once I made that decision to come back, my mindset wasn't just to be good, it was to be great.
20 points have been scored through 6 minutes and 6 seconds into the game. Let's send it down to the sideline and Matt Fargo.
Thanks, guys. This series dating all the way back to 1898, and W&J has the slim 22-20-1 series lead. They've won 5 straight, and if you were wondering, back in 1898, that game W&J won 66-0. Guys.
Fielded at the 5-yard line by DeRosa. Lots of running room, and he's hit at the 30-yard line, where the Presidents will set up shop on this offensive drive. Will Griffin on the tackle on special teams. Last meeting between these two teams was October 1st of last season. W&J won it 66-14. The last Allegheny win at Washington and Jefferson, October 18th of 1980, 35-7, the Gators won it. Rosati goes in motion towards the far side. Pistol for Pugh as he decides to keep it. Pugh scrambles and takes off. 35 is where he's upended. Strong tackle made defensively by Allegheny. Malcolm Denomi on the stop after a pickup of 4.
What's so impressive for Pugh especially is his ability to roll away from his strong side and still flip his hips around and give him a chance to throw the ball any given time.
Pugh on the pitch, goes to Volpatti. Volpatti 35-40. Volpatti tries to cut it back upfield. Spins off a defender, still going to the 45. Picks up the first down before an onslaught of defenders were able to bring him down. Isaiah Romaine, the main guy there on the stop.
It's just a classic speed option play. Pugh has the ability to either pitch it to Volpatti or keep it himself. He waits to see how the defender plays it.
Offense moves quick. McCosco on the reception at midfield. Decked by Joseph right at the spot. Pickup of 4. What's the advantage for this Washington and Jefferson offense moving so quickly and up-tempo?
They just keep the defense guessing constantly. They know they have all these different formations, all these different plays that move a bunch of different people across the formation. But now you see Allegheny can't have time to signal to each other, and they're just scrambling. However, W&J's used to this kind of high-tempo offense, and now Allegheny is not used to it, so you're going to see that big advantage shift towards the Presidents.
Slows it down a little bit now as Pugh, one-on-one matchup. Looking to connect far side with Panuzzi. Incomplete. David Williams, the freshman corner, was back in coverage. Someone who the Allegheny coaching staff is so high on. Williams from Boca Raton, Florida, there to help break it up.
That's such a tough position to be put on as a corner, one-on-one with a big receiver who knows how to come down with the ball every time. Makes a great play to break up that pass and stops that huge game for the Presidents.
Paduzzi at 6'2". Williams undersized going up against him, tallest receiver for W&J. As Pugh trying to escape, able to do so. Running near side, Pugh down the field, trying to connect with DeRosa, incomplete off his hands. Kobe DeRosa out of the backfield, was inside the 10-yard line, tried to set up first and goal. Jathan Reynolds was back in coverage.
So you have Pugh scrambling, making everything he can to extend this play. And when you're told as a receiver, as soon as you see your quarterback running around, you abandon the play and you just run downfield. And Kobe DeRosa does that. Just a little off target there, but still the potential for a big play was there.
Brings up 4th down. Ian Dursey is back deep. Ricky Hunter set to punt it away, standing at the 36. Good snap. And the punt away bounces and takes a good W&J hop before Dursey picks it up at the 10. Able to get a couple yards there on the 15, and decent yardage for Allegheny and not letting that ball bounce into the end zone. As we take a look at the PAC standings, Grove City sitting at 5-0. And the Wolverines have beaten W&J, Carnegie Mellon, in great position to win the conference, with CMU, W&J, and Case Western Reserve as one-loss teams.
Grove City kind of controls their own density here. They start their season really strong with all these top-tier opponents, and they were able to come away with victories in all of them. All of a sudden, they're 5-0, and they're playing some of their best football.
Williams goes in motion towards the far side of the formation. Johnson with time. Steps up into the pocket. Now looks to run. Johnson to the 20. Dives forward towards the 21. 6-yard pickup on the quarterback scramble before he's brought down by Jaron Timmons.
It's just great coverage on the back end for the Presidents. Not letting Jack Johnson have anywhere to go with the football, and eventually he has to tuck it and just get as many yards as possible. And now we see a little second down and manageable for the Allegheny offense. I can see a little short route to Declan O'Brien on the outside, or maybe potentially going back to the running game.
2nd down and 4 with 6.5 to go in the first quarter of play. Pistol formation for Johnson, something we've seen pretty often so far. 2 receivers line up to the far side, to the near side. Ball on the right side hash. Handed off, Miller. Miller gets back to the line of scrimmage at the 21. So on break off the 75-yard run to put the first points on the board for Allegheny. But after no gain, it brings up 3rd down and 4. Timmons once again on the tackle.
Exactly. With that touchdown, they know they have something in the running game. There's something there. Usually they're not super keen on going to the running game, and they like to do their short passes as an extension of their run game. But now they know there's something there, and they're going to look to attack that and try and find that extra big play once again.
And we haven't seen Trey Worship today, the starting running back for Allegheny, who's the leading rusher, over 300 yards and 6 touchdowns on the year. Linebackers blitz for W&J. Pass over the middle. It's caught. Dursey on the reception. Spins his way to the 30-32, and again picks up a 1st down for Allegheny.
And that's just a classic Allegheny slant route over the middle. Dursey able to find that open window. Justin Johns flying back in coverage, almost able to get a tip on that ball. We're going to see that might be a dangerous play for the Allegheny defense or Allegheny offense today, and see if those linebackers can get their hands up and potentially create a turnover.
1st down and 10 at the 32. O'Brien lines up near side of the field, one-on-one coverage with Laconey. 8 seconds on the play clock. Miller at the back. Handed off his way. Miller. Not much going there. Is able to push forward for 1 yard to the 33. Timmons once again on the tackle. Been all over the place in this drive. Volpatti as well. Wherever the ball has been, so have those two.
Exactly. They're just one of those relentless to the ball players. Timmons is such a downhill player, just absolutely just finds the ball carrier and just so aggressive to the ball, which makes him so special. Same thing with Volpatti.
2nd down and 9, needing the 42 to convert. Allegheny moving right to left. Everyone bunched in tight in the formation. Pistol for Johnson. Johnson, middle of the field. Declan O'Brien, incomplete. Broken up by Zakai Simmons. Not letting O'Brien corral that football. And a great job by the junior free safety to knock that one away.
And Simmons has already seen this play happen in front of him 4 times. He knows exactly what Declan O'Brien likes to do, likes to sit over the middle. He's able to make such a great play through the hands of the receiver, but he has to watch he doesn't get a little too aggressive, because those Allegheny coaches on the other side are seeing how aggressive they're playing, and they might want to take a shot with a double move or something like that.
So 3rd down and 9. Allegheny's already picked up a 1st down on the drive. Johnson. Miller picks up the pressure. Johnson rolls near side. It collapses in on him. Justin Johns brought the heat and decked Johnson at the 30-yard line to force 4th down.
Justin Johns, that captain on the interior, makes a great play on the outside on Jack Johnson.
There is a player down, looks like Dawson Dietz at the 35. So the training staff goes out to look at Dietz. Dietz, who was named to the D3 Football Team of the Week this past week, a career-high 12 tackles, 7 of them solo tackles. Also had a sack in the 31-24 loss last week to Grove City. As he's attended to, we'll take a short break and be back to Washington in a moment.
For us, this is not just a job. This is our mission. Providing great patient care. Delivering babies. Healing hearts. Detecting cancer early. Stitching wounds. And holding your hand through it all. Proudly serving our community for over 125 years. Washington Health System.
Dawson Dietz still being looked at. And I hope that he's okay. One of the best defenders in the entire conference, who is now getting to his feet, grabs his helmet, and looks a little bit gimpy getting over to the sideline as his teammates all go over to him and show some encouragement. Hope for the best for Dietz. Entered today with 2 forced fumbles, 5 sacks, 7.5 tackles for loss. Trevor Brenzick is the punter for Allegheny, also the backup quarterback. He'll send it away to Anthony Rosati, standing at his own 35. Brenzick gets it away. High kick, not very deep though. Rosati signals for a fair catch and gets crushed at the 45. Flag comes out. And this is going to most definitely be interference, as Rosati had no chance to get to the football.
And it's so tough being on the punt team and just running down trying to make a tackle. Sometimes your mind just flips and you don't see that fair catch call, or sometimes you're just out of control and can't get out of the way. Such a tough thing for the Allegheny defense now, with the WJ offense having a better field position than they should have.
Officials discussing and now trying to figure out where to place the football. .342 to go in the first quarter, 13-7. Washington and Jefferson leads Allegheny. And here's the call.
Kick catching interference, number 49 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
The 15-yard penalty moves the ball into great field position to the 39. As there was the hit on Rosati. So Pugh lines up in the pistol. Volpatti is the back. Holmes also in the backfield. Handed off. Volpatti running room up the middle. Volpatti taken down at the 32. Made his way to the 31-yard line. 2 yards short of a first down. Zach Altenbaugh on the stop. And now W&J quickly up to the line.
Troy Volpatti just does such a great job of squaring his shoulders up to the line of scrimmage, and able to make those quick cuts and get upfield very fast.
2nd down and 2. Volpatti remains the back. He gets the handoff again, running far side. Volpatti breaks off the first tackle, breaks off the second tackle, the third tackle. Volpatti able to make his way to the 25. Great strong run of 6 yards. Running past defenders, broke off 3 tacklers there.
How about the balance from Volpatti here? He's able to keep his feet, even with guys going down low for his legs. He's just able to keep those legs churning, make the spin move, create a positive gain.
Pugh throws it up for grabs, looking for Peduzzi. Peduzzi not able to make the catch. David Williams back in coverage. This is the 3rd Allegheny game that we've called this year. And every time we've seen the freshman Williams get challenged, whether it be against Geneva or last week against Carnegie Mellon, he's answered the task.
And that's what you expect from someone who's your first corner. Your number 1 corner has to go against their number 1 receiver. And it's his job to make sure that they don't have those big splash plays with Peduzzi.
Pugh rolls out near side of the field, looks for Rosati. He's got him. Catch made at the 37-yard line and is dragged out of bounds by David Babb. Close to a first down. 2 yards short, pickup of 8. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
We see great coverage here. However, Rosati just able to make that last-minute separation, get his feet down in bounds. Now a 3rd down and short for the Presidents.
DeRosa now the back. Pugh fake the handoff, throws it out. Catch made by Holmes. Holmes at the 10, falls forward towards the 8. First down and goal coming up for W&J. Looking to try to strike once again.
And Holmes, a former running back, now turned tight end. He's just such a big body that if you could just get the ball in his hands, he's going to take 3 defenders with him to get down. And that's what they like to go to down the red zone. Cernuto, Holmes, those guys are able to break tackles and make those tough runs and finish in the end zone.
Holmes, the junior, 220 pounds. Lines up as a tight end near side of the formation with Cernuto. DeRosa the back. Peduzzi, Rosati line up far side of the field for Pugh. Hands it off. DeRosa, nothing there though, right at the point of attack. Loss of 1 on the play. A swarm of Allegheny defenders were there. Malcolm Donomi, once again, the junior, 6 foot, 215 pounds. Set up 2nd and goal.
That time we see the Allegheny D-line getting that push that they've been looking for all day. The offensive line for W&J has done a great job of getting that push, but now Allegheny D-line needs to respond here and get to the quarterback.
And Allegheny chooses to call a timeout. Head coach Braden Lair uses his first of the game. 1:47 to go in the first quarter. 13-7 our score here from Washington and Jefferson. So we want to thank our sponsors for being a part of our D3 college football broadcast here on KDKA Plus throughout the entire season, including Washington and Health System. Washington Health System here in the backyard of Washington. Voodoo Brewing Company. 2 Men in a Truck, movers who care. GBU Life, as well as Leway Athletics. Leway Enterprises helping to provide our official gear that we wear for our D3 college football broadcast. Thank you to everybody being a part of our family of broadcasts here on KDKA Plus. So 2nd and goal at the 9. What do you think W&J might be trying to draw up? Allegheny using a timeout defensively here, trying to stop the Presidents from scoring again.
You're definitely going to see Peduzzi and McCosco each on their own side, one-on-one. However, you're going to look for Cernuto, Holmes, someone sneaking around the back, getting the flat, or maybe just sitting over the ball. I guarantee you one of them will be open on this play.
DeRosa stands to the left of Pugh in the shotgun. Peduzzi near side, McCosco to the far side, and Peduzzi goes in motion towards that far side of the field. Pugh looking in his direction for Peduzzi in the end zone. Peduzzi incomplete. And once again, Williams broke it up.
And this is just a very rare sight when you see McCosco and Peduzzi going to the same side of the field. Usually they're on opposite sides. They signal Peduzzi across the line of scrimmage, across the formation, able to get that little out and up route, able to get a little separation. However, with inside the red zone, there isn't much room to get separation there. And then Williams making a great play on the ball.
Zach Seaman comes on to the field as an extra wide receiver on the far side. Rosati, Peduzzi also on that side. McCosco to the near side. Pugh looking middle of the field towards the end zone for Rosati, incomplete. Joseph had the coverage just a little too far for Rosati to potentially make the catch and brings up 4th down.
And this is a play that the Presidents love to go to. You have Peduzzi and Seaman on the outside running mini digs, and then you see Rosati trying to leak out on the corner, trying to get that one-on-one coverage. Ball just a little overthrown. Rosati not to get enough separation there.
And the offense for the Presidents remains out on the field. 4th and goal from the 9-yard line. Rosati, McCosco, the wide receivers to the near side. DeRosa the back. Seaman as well as Peduzzi on the far side. Rosati goes in motion towards the far side of the field. Pugh, one-on-one coverage for McCosco. He's got it off the deflection. Touchdown, Washington and Jefferson. Babb had a hand on it, but it fell right into the hands of Jacob McCosco for his 2nd touchdown of the day.
And what a day for McCosco to have his only touchdowns of the season. Just one-on-one fade ball, really underthrown there. Almost potentially for interception. McCosco just staying with it. See the juggle. 2 feet inbounds. Great play by McCosco there. You're going to see McCosco's going to slowly do better now. And we see the Presidents with a 2-point conversion here.
Trying to make it 21-7. Pugh with time for Rosati. He's got it into the end zone. The 2-point conversion converted. 21-7. W&J had a missed extra point. And instead of just keeping it at a 20-7 game, make it a 14-point lead, 21-7 after number 7 finds the end zone. Washington and Jefferson at 4-1 overall. And everybody knows about the stumble last week at Grove City, 31-24. Presidents gave up 14 points in the 4th quarter. It started off really well against St. Vincent, 51-0. Bethany, 42-7. Westminster, a game that, Alex, I think you and I were very surprised by the final result, 48-3. W&J dominated that game. There were a lot of penalties and some things that W&J wanted to try to clean up. Teal, 56-15, the final. The Presidents this year have outscored their opponents 221-55. But that Grove City game, the one on the schedule that just bites the most.
And that just hurts to see. Week 1 through 4, you see all this dominance right here. And then all of a sudden you see that one trip up in week 5 against Grove City. You know what this team is capable of. You know the type of football they're playing right now. And it just so hurts to see that tough loss potentially ruining their end goals of the season.
Ball bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So we have not seen Allegheny wanting to bring the ball out and try to get a kick return going at all. Place it at the 25. For Johnson and the offense back out there. Miller's 75-yard touchdown run, the only points for the Gators so far. 1:31 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Austin Bechtold alongside Alex Terrett and Matt Fargo down on the sideline. Our spotter, Ethan Coulihan, up here in the booth. Jake Mislinchik and Ryan Milan, our producer and director, in the production truck from Washington, Pennsylvania, as Johnson lines up in the pistol again. 3 wide receivers bunched into the formation. Pass goes out to Miller behind the line of scrimmage. Miller making his way past the 30. Miller spinning his way for a first down. Able to pick up 10 yards to the 35. One play, 10 yards to be able to move the chains.
And Miller probably having his best game of his season right now. With Trey Worship out today, he needed to step up. And so far, he stepped up. He had that huge run for the touchdown. You just see him running differently than he's normally had behind Worship because he's getting those touches. He's getting into the rhythm. And we're going to see he's slowly going to get better throughout this game now.
Ball on the far side hash. Williams, the tight end, converted quarterback to tight end, goes in motion towards the near side. 3 receivers on that side. And Johnson looks that way for Dursey. Pass is caught, but taking down immediately. Marcus Harrell on the tackle. The sophomore making his first start, but a flag is down in the backfield. Looks to be a holding penalty on Allegheny.
First down.
So the holding call wipes out the short gain. Ball back to the 25. The tackle there by Harrell, somebody who has stepped in for W&J defensively in the spot of Volumino. Not sure we'll see Volumino back at all this year. 35 seconds left in the quarter. Johnson in the pistol. Take the handoff, throw near side. Declan O'Brien at the 30. O'Brien towards the sideline, 35. Is shoved out of bounds at the 37. Made his way up to the 38. Got a lot of those penalty yards back, all of them back, before Bruno Fabricki shoved him out of bounds.
And this is what Allegheny wants to do. They want to get Declan O'Brien with the ball, and they want to make Fabricki tackle him. They want him to chase him all over the field. And you know that Declan O'Brien has that speed to get that extra separation, get that extra gear, and potentially break one off big. We're going to see he's going to be a huge impact later in this game. They really are trying to get him the ball, trying to get him his touches. But we're seeing he doesn't have that huge explosive play that we're used to.
Allegheny will not run a play as the quarter comes to an end. We go to the second quarter
That
of
is
play.
the end of the first quarter.
21-7. Washington and Jefferson out in front of Allegheny here on KDKA+.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails, and one-of-a-kind food items. Celebrate an Allegheny win with the newest fall cocktail, Gator Juice. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than the Voodoo Production Facility and Event Space for your next event. For more information, visit VoodooBrewery.com.
For us, this is not just a job. This is our mission. Providing great patient care. Delivering babies. Healing hearts. Detecting cancer early. Stitching wounds. And holding your hand through it all. Proudly serving our community for over 125 years. Washington Health System.
Here at Loway, we have a pretty vast array of customizable promotional products, from pens, signs, mugs, water bottles, really anything you can think of. Some of the main services we provide here are screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. What really sets us apart from our competitors is our on-staff design crew and our customer service. We can really help take your branding and marketing to a new level. The main thing you can expect from us here at Loway is quick turnaround times and a really high-quality product.
You're looking high above Cameron Stadium in Washington, Pennsylvania. 21-7 is the score. Allegheny offense, 2nd down and 7 at the 38. 13-yard completion by Declan O'Brien. Gave him 51 receiving yards in the first quarter on 4 catches. Johnson, 6 of 8 for 67 yards in that quarter. Miller, 4 rushes for 86 yards and the 75-yard score. Pistol formation for Johnson. Hands it off to Miller. Miller past the 40, and the pile moves forward to the 42. 3rd down and 3 coming up after the pickup of 4.
We're going to watch how the impact of Dawson Dietz and how with him out of the game, you're going to see this Allegheny offense, their running game's just going to get better. Just get better throughout the game. So now you got to look to see if players like Zach Valentine can make, and Aiden Williams can make those impressive stops like Dawson Dietz does.
And let's send it down to Matt Fargo on the sideline with an update.
Thanks, guys. I actually got a chance to talk to Dawson Dietz and said how he is going to do. He said he's going to put on some ice and see how it feels going into the locker room at halftime. But he did say he's going to be all right, and he's a competitor, so he's going to try to get it back out there. But he's optimistic that he's going to be back in this game.
Well, that's good to hear. Thanks, Matt. As we have not seen him return just yet. A 5-yard penalty on Allegheny now moves the ball back. 3rd and long. Ball spotted at the 37. Johnson to Miller. Miller cannot handle it. Johnson took a big shot as he delivered the pass from Keith, but Miller was not able to make the catch. He had enough space to potentially pick up the first down, but looked like he had control, lost it again, and just not able to hold on.
And he's just looking for those extra yards to get that first down. Sometimes you just take your eyes off the ball just for that split second, and that's what leads to those incompletions and drop passes. No defender around his area, potentially for that first down. However, just trying to do too much with the ball leads to an incompletion.
Trevor Brenzick on the punt. Rosati is back deep, standing at the W&J 22. But it's blocked! Blocked by the Presidents. Ball is still in bounds and picked up. Handed off, taken at the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown Washington and Jefferson on special teams. What a huge play by the Presidents to make it into the end zone.
Rosato's play, the kick was blocked. Picked up by W&J, returned for a touchdown.
Offense, defense, special teams, it's been all W&J this game.
And the Presidents just making it the hardest touchdown possible on this block kick. You just see Cernuto chasing it, trying to keep it in bounds, just flips it to Sagai Simmons. Simmons still pushing through. And then that huge touchdown. What a way to run for Simmons. And now all of a sudden these Presidents are rocking with a nice 3-score lead.
Ricky Hunter's extra point is up and good. 28-7, 13:39 to go in the second quarter of play. W&J with a strong play on special teams. The block, and then how about the play on the sideline to keep the ball in bounds and be able to score?
So what's such a heads-up play right there.
Let's take another look at it as it's now a 21-point lead for W&J.
See the block kick. Even the cameraman gets faked out on this play. And then a flip. Is that Brandon Brown? A flip by Brandon Brown, I'm sorry. Making a huge play, keeping it in bounds, knowing Zakai Simmons is right around him. And then Zakai Simmons finishing that run with a 3-touchdown lead now for the Presidents, who are looking to be in control of this game.
It was Brandon Brown who pitched it off to Simmons for the score. So Simmons able to score on special teams, the touchdown for the Presidents. The defensive back for W&J at free safety, making a splash play to make it a 21-point game. Jackson Brittenall's kick bounces and goes out of bounds. Plays it at the 35 for Allegheny. As we take a look at Coach Sirianni for the Presidents. Mike with a 180-43 record, the winningest coach in program history, 7-time PAC Coach of the Year, 2-time D3Football.com South Region Coach of the Year.
Kickoff out of bounds, kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, first down.
That being in 2004, 2012. He's 4th in winning percentage among active head coaches with 10-plus years of experience. And he has a better winning percentage than Nick Saban and Dabo Swinney.
But you see, he's going to still look for that. You'll if you ever talk to him, he's still looking for that national championship. He's just not satisfied with that all those wins. It's just he's looking for that big win of a national championship.
Hand off to Miller. Valentine there on the tackle. Decked at the 38. Justin Johns as well. Short pickup of 3 yards.
Now you have all the momentum on your side with that block kick. The defense has been playing great outside of that one long run by Miller. You're seeing this WJ team just going back to the dominance they've shown through the first 4 weeks and really just having short-term memory with that last week against Grove City. And this is the positive steps forward you like to see with this President's team that's so good throughout the entire season.
Williams goes in motion, near side towards us. 2 receivers line up each side. Miller the back in the pistol. Johnson takes the snap over the middle. Pass caught by Williams, but can't make a move. Right away, it was brought down by Simmons, who scored the touchdown on special teams after the block.
Just getting Jack Johnson back in the groove again with those short little passes. I'm just interested to see if they're going to let Jack Johnson go deep here. Just trying to make something happen because this drive is so important of staying in this game. You still got a lot of time left, just starting the second quarter. You can make this deficit up, but the only way you can do that is by putting together a great drive here.
3rd down and 2 at the 43, needing the 45. Pistol for Johnson. Miller the back, handed off his way. Miller with room, picks up the 1st down. And the pile collapses in at the 46. Pickup of 3 yards and moves the chains.
Now we're seeing a little momentum on the Allegheny offensive side. They got the push they wanted for that 1st down. They're around midfield now. There's no excuse for them to continue this drive going. They just really need to keep that run game sound, keep going, keep getting the push they like on the offensive line. But you'll see they're going to start sending some pressure here trying to get to Jack Johnson.
Yeah, if you're Allegheny, you need this drive after it's really gotten away from you on the last couple of possessions. 1st and 10 at the 46. 2 receivers each side. Johnson with time, middle of the field looking for O'Brien, incomplete. Broken up by Simmons right at the sticks. 2nd down coming up. Would have been good enough for a 1st down, but Johnson and O'Brien not being able to connect.
Great play by Simmons. Just getting his hand in the face of Declan O'Brien, not making an easy catch at all, batting it down. This secondary is playing great, even with all the injuries they've had after the past week.
Aaron Carruthers not playing today at strong safety. It's Brandon Brown, the senior, went to Greensburg Central Catholic, out there at safety. Carson Lacconi, Bruno Fabricki, the 2 outside corners. Also seeing Marcus Harrell Jr. play some linebacker as well as defensive back. 2nd down, fake the handoff. Johnson looking far side of the field, now over the middle, caught by O'Brien in the W&J territory at the 46, couple yards short of a 1st down. Simmons brought him down. 3rd down and 2 coming up.
Great catch by O'Brien over the middle here. Jack Johnson just slinging it straight to him. O'Brien with a great catch, even though he knows Simmons is right there. If you see that ball get tipped, that's an easy interception. So that's a big play by O'Brien to come down with that.
Needing to get to the 44. 2 yards away on 3rd down. Miller is the back. Williams, the tight end, near side of the formation. Right off. Step away from right tackle. Letting the play clock go down to 2. Fake the handoff. Pass over, caught by O'Brien at the 40. And when everybody really thought that you were going to see a running play there, Justin Johns pushes O'Brien out of bounds. Nifty play to get O'Brien out in space and be able to keep this drive going to the 36.
I love this play call here, knowing that you don't always get the push you want on the run game. Just going your bread and butter with Declan O'Brien, just getting him out in space, moving him across the formation, getting him an easy flat route, an easy completion for a 1st down to keep these chains moving.
Williams, the motion man, towards the near side of the field. 2 receivers line up, far side and near side. Miller remains the back with no worship today. Johnson under pressure, incomplete. Trying to connect with Curtis, no block. Justin Johns there to break it up. 3rd down.
Not really anywhere for Johnson to go here. Just trying not to force something too high for the potential to get it tipped. This WJ secondary, with 2 new starters in the secondary, are playing great defense. Just limiting Declan O'Brien, because you know he's going to get his touches, you know he's going to get his catches. Just limiting his touchdown upside and those big plays that he creates.
Brings up 2nd down, rather. With O'Brien lining up near side of the formation. Bunch set at the line. Take the handoff, and O'Brien now has it. O'Brien on the end around, only able to get a couple yards before he was tracked down by Avery Keith, the 6'3" junior from Hartsville, Ohio.
They send O'Brien here on a little reverse, trying to keep the WJ defense lacking. And then we see they're able to not be fooled there and just stay disciplined. And that's what you see with this WJ defense. They stay disciplined. They don't fall for those fakes because they practice that all week. They know these plays are coming. They know they need to stay home and make their tackles.
Ball on the far side hash after the pickup of 3. Williams in motion. Miller remains the back. Johnson over the middle, broken up. Jaron Timmons says no at the line of scrimmage. Did not let that pass get anywhere near a receiver and brings up 4th down.
We just see this Allegheny offense just stalling again. Just not able to get to the sticks after just a great drive so far. Great time of possession. Timmons doing a great job getting his hands up, staying disciplined.
How about Keaton Hall right here bringing the blitz up the middle and not allowing Johnson any time to try to connect with Dursey. Now 4th down, Allegheny will go for it. Ball at the 33, needing to get to the 26. Williams in motion to the far side of the formation. Johnson with time, across the middle, incomplete. Could not connect with Dursey. Marcus Harrell Jr. had the coverage. Allegheny wanted a flag. Not getting it though.
Incomplete pass. Turnover on downs. 1st down.
And the incompletion sends it back to the Presidents when we come back here on KDKA Plus with 9:11 to go in the first half.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
Tune in this Friday to the Steel City High School Football Showcase presented by UPMC Sports Medicine as the Penn Hills Indians take on the Central Catholic Vikings. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+. Are you ready?
Looking to escape a dead-end job? We can help. Apply at 2 Men in a Truck today for a good job that can become a great career.
Sure, I'll be there at 5 a.m. I can binge one more episode.
Let's face it, you don't always set yourself up for success.
5 more minutes. Where are my work shoes?
But GBU Life makes it easy with life insurance and annuity products to help secure your future, so you have the freedom to do more of what you love.
Congratulations! Retiring early must be nice. What are you going to do first?
I think I'll sleep in.
Secure your future today. Visit gbu.org.
Allegheny was not able to convert on 4th down. Alex, let's take another look at it.
So if you play this clip right here, you're going to see on a huge 4th down here, you see your switch releases on the outside. And then you see, go back to the start. We're going to have Declan O'Brien wide open over the center. Play it. Stop right there.
He's wide open.
You see Declan O'Brien wide open over the sticks. Could have potentially taken off for a touchdown here. And that's what you see Allegheny consistently missing those play calls, missing those opportunities. Johnson just not able to find them with the incompletion.
Pretty much the same route, but just picked the wrong man.
Exactly. It's a mirrored concept, so you see it on both sides of the field. When I say mirrored, that means they're on both sides of the field. They're running the same exact route. Declan O'Brien, which should be your focus, getting him the ball for the 1st down to make you in the red zone potentially. Just missing those opportunities. Allegheny's going to look back on film and just realize they missed that. And now we're seeing 28-7 with the Presidents with the ball back in the 2nd quarter. This is going to get ugly for them quick.
Ball at the 33. It really could if W&J scores again. Saw some positive things from Allegheny offensively in the early portion of this game. But miscues on the first drive. A blocked punt for a touchdown. This one is flipped over to Volpatti with running room. 35-40, taken down couple of yards short of a first down at the 40-yard line. A late flag comes in at the end of it. Matsuda made the tackle defensively for Allegheny. I'll have to check the marker, though. It came in the backfield. And W&J is starting to move back.
Hey, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 91, unnecessary contact after the whistle. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
But now we'll move forward.
That's 91's first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
As Peyton Kelly was called for the unsportsmanlike penalty, 15-yarder moves the ball into Gators territory.
Another miscue by Allegheny. Just not doing themselves any favors of getting back in this game. And that's just the icing on the cake right there. Extending the President's drive even farther down the field.
First down and 10. Pugh hands it off. Volpatti up the middle for a couple. 2-yard pickup to the 43-yard line. Volpatti entered today. 50 rushes for 192 yards and 2 scores. The brother of Tanner Volpatti, both from Bethel Park. Without Justin Huss, the dairy product, entered today with over 150 yards rushing and a touchdown. Huss has been banged up the last couple of years. Missed most of last year with a knee injury. Pugh hands it off. DeRosa. DeRosa runs over a couple of defenders. Another short pickup. Fletcher Hammond on the tackle. Right at the 37-yard line, 2 yards short of a first.
And this is what makes the Presidents so great year in and year out is the depth they create with their team. They build up their young players, and they're able to step into these games like we see with DeRosa.
Take the handoff and dump it over to Cernuto. Cernuto reaches for the 35, does get the first down to the 34. Pushed out of bounds by Joseph. Looked close, but just enough for the junior Cernuto from Scottsdale, PA to move the chains.
Cernuto, just that sure thing. Always going to bring down the ball with him. And then we see him able to get that huge first down, continuously moving this drive, continuously pushing down the field for the Presidents.
Pugh looking deep towards Rosati, incomplete. A lot of contact there as Rosati was falling to the ground out of bounds trying to make the reception. There's a penalty marker down in the backfield.
Holding. Offense number 63. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Adam Kazera guilty of the holding penalty, the senior left guard.
Yep, see a holding penalty there.
Yeah, he was holding Josh Salisbury, the defensive end.
Now you got a first down and really, really long here. Let's see if the Presidents can form something up. Just get something short, get him easier second down, and then have a fighting chance on third down.
Allegheny now gets set. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication defensively. Pugh rolls out far side. Now we'll take off. Pugh past the 40, 35, 30. Pugh still going. Picks up the first down past the 20. The 15, the 10. Cuts it upfield inside. First and goal coming up as Jake Pugh made his way down to the 7.
This is the most I've seen McCosco and Peduzzi line up on the same side in any game. They just draw so much attention with both them on the same side, which creates such a huge running lane for Jake Pugh. You see all the other receivers running to the left side, running off all the secondary, and then D-line just can't catch Pugh.
That sort of looked like a design run for Pugh to that far side. No one on that end for Allegheny. Handoff. DeRosa makes his way to the 6. Short gain of about a yard. Second down and goal coming up. Raymond Holmes, a former running back who's moved to tight end. Now it's DeRosa, the back, that's been spilling Volpatti. We've seen a lot of DeRosa, really a 50-50 split between the two.
Exactly, especially with, Huss's injuries. They don't want to continuously beat down Volpatti with all these carries, and they like what they see out of DeRosa. He makes those huge, hard runs, and now you see this 50-50 split. Great energy off the backfield.
Pugh to the end zone, incomplete. Joseph had the coverage and knocked it away from Rosati to set up third and goal.
Presidents is trying to get something quick here. Over the middle with Rosati, makes a great move on the outside. Not able to come down with it. It's good coverage there, though, by Joseph.
And more help came from the opposite side of the field, too. Pretty much double coverage Pugh threw into. 3rd and goal at the 6. Rosati goes in motion towards the near side of the field. Pugh looks for DeRosa. Caught! DeRosa to the end zone! Touchdown, Kobe DeRosa, the sophomore from Newcastle, Pennsylvania, into the end zone for the 2nd time today as the Presidents once again strike 34-7.
It's the same play over and over again. You just see all the eye candy in the middle with all the switch releases, and then DeRosa just wide open consistently because all these secondary, all these safeties, all these corners are so infatuated with the receivers. DeRosa just always leaks out wide open for his 4th receiving touchdown on 4 pass plays.
It's the same play, except W&J just flipped it to the other side of the field. Extra point from Ricky Hunter, up and good. 35-7, 6:13 to go in the first half of play as the Presidents go out ahead. Big margin with 6:13 to go.
Timeout on the field.
What keeps you moving? Is it your grandkids learning to ride a bike? Or Fido wanting to go for walks? At Washington Health System Center for Orthopedic Excellence, our highly trained team offers a wide variety of services, all tailored to your specific needs. Don't let pain or injury stop you any longer. Choose Washington Health System for your orthopedic care and take your first steps towards recovery and a healthier, more active life.
My name is Loretta, and this is Special Olympics Pennsylvania.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is competition.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is leadership.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is life-changing.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is unified.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is inclusion.
A lot to cheer about for the Washington and Jefferson cheerleaders. The Presidents have outscored their opponents this year 256-62 and currently lead Allegheny 35-7. W&J will send it away. A short kick, fielded at the 15-yard line. Running room up the middle, and Dursey takes it to the 37. So good field position for Allegheny. And for the Gators, what do you just want to see on this drive, trailing now by 28, to just get a little bit of momentum going?
I just want to see this offense sustain a long drive and just don't miss any opportunities. This team is capable, especially this offense, is capable of holding in games with some of these top-tier teams in the conference. They just don't get over the hump. I want to see them try to really force some stuff downfield, try and get Declan O'Brien some touches far past the 10-yard mark. See him get a big play here.
Allegheny still relatively new to the PAC, a couple years in. As Johnson looks for O'Brien, he's got him. First down into W&J territory at the 45. Brought down by a couple of different defenders, including Carson Laconey. Miller goes off the field from the running back spot, and good job from Allegheny to right away highlight Declan O'Brien.
I don't know if Allegheny's just listening to me at this point, but just able to, the little double move with Declan O'Brien, get him in the seam. All of a sudden, you got to drive now. You're inside the 45, first down, 10. Let's see if they go back to him on this play.
Empty backfield for Johnson. 2 receivers to the near side and 3 to the far side. Johnson, pocket collapsed in and incomplete, trying to connect with O'Brien as Volpatti broke it up. There is a flag thrown in the backfield. W&J right off the snap applied pressure and might be a holding call. Looks to be the case.
Holding. Offense number 72. 10-yard penalty in the previous spot. First down.
Gabe McCollum, the senior from Florida, 6'4", 265 pounds, guilty of the penalty. and moves the ball back into Allegheny territory at the 45.
It's just so frustrating because
Stop the clock.
you see the opportunities that Allegheny creates for themselves, and then they just take them right away from each other with these penalties.
The clock continued to run. And
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 5:27. 5:27. Thank you.
6 seconds are now put back on at 5:27 here in the second quarter. First down and 20 after the 10-yard holding call. Johnson in the shotgun. W&J brings 4. Sets up a screen. Caught by Miller. Miller stiff arm into W&J territory again. Good pickup of about 12 yards before Avery Keith brings him down. About 7 yards before Avery Keith brings him down.
I like the play call here because you're continuously going to the pass game. So now you run off all your receivers, try to create space, get your linemen out and running, get blocks ahead. Miller able to make what looks like a more manageable second down here for the Gators.
7 points on the board for Allegheny. In the second quarter overall, the Gators not put up that many points. 30 overall this year, outscored 47-30. It's actually the second highest scoring quarter for the Gators out of any of the 4. Entering today, Allegheny 19 points in the first quarter, 30 in the second, 24 in the third, 34 in the fourth. Highest points coming in the fourth quarter, and also 6 points scored in overtime. Second down play made it back to the original line of scrimmage at the 45. Third down and 10 coming up, needing to get to the 35-yard line. O'Brien lines up, one-on-one coverage with Kasprak, the corner, the near side of the formation. Miller the back. Johnson looking towards O'Brien. He's got him. First down, Declan O'Brien to the 32. Spins his way for a first down and a pickup of 14 yards.
And also you just highlighted that matchup, and they go right to it. They like the matchup with O'Brien on the outside. Even though he slips, coming out of his break, still able to get his hands up, make a great play, and extend this drive for the Gators.
And Mason Kasprak playing off coverage there on O'Brien. Trying not to get beat deep, and O'Brien just took advantage.
Exactly, especially, your team's down 35-7. You really need to make something happen for a first down on a third and long. It's the greatest play I've seen so far out of this Allegheny offense.
Williams goes in motion. Handoff goes to Miller. Miller up the middle for a couple. Probably the best play other than the Miller long run. The best play to O'Brien that we've seen. The 75-yard run from Miller, the only points for Allegheny. That coming in the first quarter of play. In that first quarter, Allegheny had 4 first downs. Washington and Jefferson with 9. And Allegheny controlled the ground game, partially because of that long run. 21-7 was the score. Presidents have tacked on 2 more touchdowns since. Johnson with time over the middle. O'Brien makes the catch. What a great play by Declan O'Brien to move the chains. Brandon Brown was there. Volpatti was there. He was knocked off his route. Still was able to recover, make the catch. Very contested play.
O'Brien with the strong hands, going up at all that traffic. You see he mostly operates inside between the hashes. A lot of dig routes over the middle. And so when you're running those routes over the middle, you got to be ready to take some shots. And you know you're going to take those shots, so you got to really bring down the ball first, focus on making the catch even though you're going to get hit.
Johnson lines up in the pistol. Has Miller the back, standing behind him. 2 minutes to go here in the first half of play from Washington. Johnson with time, steps up, fires towards the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Allegheny. Guess who? Declan O'Brien finds the end zone for 6.
We've been waiting all day for it. Great design here. Having O'Brien leak out on a little wheel route. I want to take a look at this one.
It's a great ball by Jack Johnson here.
How about O'Brien's helmet coming off at the end of it, too? Coverage by Marcus Harrell. Garrett Paxton's extra point. Up and good. Alex, let's take a look at the design of the play for Allegheny to be able to find Declan O'Brien in the end zone.
So you're going to see Declan O'Brien on the inside slot receiver. You're going to have the other two receivers run off, try to take those corners, Bruno Fabricki and Brandon Brown, out of the play, and then you just see Declan O'Brien with the out and up route on the sideline. Play it. And you see this is going to be run to perfection here, getting Harrell in a trailing position against Declan O'Brien, then Declan O'Brien making a great play on the outside for a touchdown.
Right by the Gator bus.
We love the Gator bus. Something to celebrate for the Gators now.
O'Brien on the reception, and he's been such a dynamic player for Allegheny in his entire career with the Gators. He's somebody who is tops in the PAC in multiple different categories. And just an ultimate threat no matter who he goes up against. Such a strong player for the Gators. And somebody that can try to teach some of these younger receivers like Eric Dennis, like Curtis Knobloch, some of these freshmen, Jaden Thorpe. They're the next wave of Allegheny receivers.
When you have a special kind of talent like Declan O'Brien, you see his receptions are insane. His stats with the receptions, not only does he get his yards, but the amount of catches he gets is unheard of.
Fielded by DeRosa at the 10. DeRosa breaking off a couple of tackles, 30-35. DeRosa past the 40-yard line, dragged down at the 43. Good return for the Presidents. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving in the background, but nothing comes of it. Good spot for W&J to set up shop. With some time left, 1:42 to go, and all three timeouts.
And now the Allegheny sideline has something to cheer about. Only down 3 scores. It's not even halftime yet. You have so much time to make up this deficit, but you just cannot let these Presidents consistently get in the end zone, consistently create points. You need to get some big stops here on the defensive end if you're the Gators.
And Alex, W&J came into today 44 points per game. Allegheny, 23 points per game, already at 14. McCosco set up screen, lots of running room. McCosco, this time it collapses in on him, though. Zach Altenbaugh on the stop. Good recovery from Altenbaugh from his linebacker position to be able to make the tackle there. And W&J goes quickly up to the line. Ball placed at the 48. Pickup of 6 there. Second down and 2. 2 receivers to the near side and 2 to the far side. Pugh in the shotgun. Pugh looking middle of the field, now escapes far side. Pass for Peduzzi's incomplete, threw it over his head. David Williams had the coverage. It'll bring up third down.
These Presidents thrive in these high intense drives with 1:09 left before the half. They're around midfield. This is exactly where they want to be. They know if they want to continue dominating this football game, they got to keep this drive going, keep Allegheny offense off the field, not giving them another chance to score before half.
Zach Seaman, the sophomore wide receiver, 4 catches for 50 yards on the year, is into the game, far side of the field. Rosati goes in motion near side. Pugh with time. Peduzzi got the catch at the 45, makes a man miss, and Peduzzi dives his way towards the 45-yard line again. It does move the chains with 1:02 left in the quarter. Hurry up offense for the Presidents, but with time as the ball is spotted and clock rolls again. Pugh looking near side. Pass caught. Rosati at the 40 and out of bounds. Rosati made his way to the 38, 3 yards short of a first down.
These are the type of routes that Allegheny is giving you in these situations. Take them while you have the time. Those quick little 5-yard out routes. Get those first downs so that you can have a chance to take a shot at the end zone and a more manageable shot at the end zone with only 50 seconds left.
And we know that the W&J offense in no way wants to kick a field goal here. Wants to try to reach the end zone. Presidents do not kick a lot of field goals. As Pugh scans the field, plenty of time. Pass is caught. McCosco takes a hit, upended by Williams at the sticks at the 35. Great tackle by the freshman to not let McCosco pick up any extra yardage, and the Presidents call timeout.
Especially with a corner, undersized corner, against going like a receiver like McCosco.
Timeout. W&J.
The only way you can kind of get them down is by going low. And you see that's a great play to upend McCosco. Not able to give him the space to make something big happen. Keep him in bounds too. And all of a sudden we see another timeout here. 42 seconds left.
And that's the type of play that the coaching staff for Allegheny has alluded to that David Williams makes, and is why he is so good. Down to Florida, find Williams. So many, Braden Lair talking to me earlier this year said, there's so many players in Florida that you can find. And to be able to bring some of those guys like Jathan Reynolds and Williams, especially David Babb from Florida as well, to play in this secondary has been critical for this Allegheny team that's 2-3 overall on the season. Lost to Carnegie Mellon last week at home. (35-14) the score in favor of Washington and Jefferson. President's looking to try to add on. First down and 10 at the 35. Handoff goes to DeRosa. Past the 30. DeRosa is pushed out of bounds by Williams right near the line to gain at the 25. Pushed out at the 26 after a pickup of 9.
See a nice play here by DeRosa. Getting out of bounds as well. Not getting down inside territory. Now you're at the 25-yard line. I'm going to see a shot here. I'm like to see a shot here by Pugh.
Pugh will take off. Nowhere to go, though. Isaiah Romaine brings him down in the backfield. 4-yard loss to the 30. W&J with 2 timeouts. We'll use one here. It'll set up third down.
W&J, their second.
Romaine doing a great job of sticking with the play, not letting Pugh get outside. And that's one of the keys of the game we saw for Allegheny is QB contained. Do not let Pugh get out in space. Do not let him create more time to make plays down the field. And that's one of the biggest plays we've seen so far by this D-line.
So for Allegheny this year, through 5 games, it started off with an overtime victory at Waynesburg, 39-36. So a struggling year for the Yellow Jackets. Started off at home in that one. Geneva, 27-21, the loss. The first game that was here in PAC play on KDKA+. Then at St. Vincent, 23-19. But the bounce back win against Bethany, 31-20 at home. And then Carnegie Mellon, the loss you saw on KDKA+ last week, the 16-point defeat. But it was a pretty close game the whole entire way. Allegheny had opportunities, just not able to capitalize. Third down and 5 at the 30. 25 seconds on the clock. Pugh with plenty of time. Rolls out near side. Looks to connect with Seaman, but cannot make the catch. Would have been good enough to move the chains, but now sits up fourth down and decision time for the Presidents.
That's exactly the type of play they wanted here. Get Seaman on a little outside comeback route. Pugh just holding it up a little too high. Seaman not able to make the catch. But we see the Presidents offense still out on the field here.
Would have been close to see if he was able to drag his foot as well. Needing only 1 foot to stay in bounds. McCosco isolated. Near side of the field, one-on-one coverage. Pugh dumps it off. Wide open screen. DeRosa, 25-20. Balls is blocking to the 15. DeRosa to the 10-yard line. First down and goal. Washington and Jefferson with 11 seconds. Presidents still have a timeout. Clock will stop for the ball to be spotted. Pugh goes under center and clocks it. 9.2 on the clock. Second down and goal for the Presidents with time and 1 timeout left.
Good.
And Coach Sirianni just folds the entire Allegheny defense. They all think they're going deep here, especially on a 4th and long. Instead, they just dump it down a little screenplay to DeRosa. Now they're inside the 10-yard line. They have 1 timeout. They have 9 seconds left. We're going to see an end zone shot here for the Presidents.
Pugh looking far side for Peduzzi. Peduzzi not able to make the grab. David Williams once again on the coverage of Peduzzi. Those two have been jostling at it the whole entire game. Brings up third down and goal after Williams denies Peduzzi.
You got to love the way Williams is playing today. He's had the hardest task on the field by covering Peduzzi. Peduzzi having 3 touchdowns last week. So far, Williams has done a great job of breaking up any sort of fade ball thrown by Pugh.
Pugh, a lot of time, rolls out far side of the field. Pugh looking towards the end zone, throws it up for grabs, incomplete. Peduzzi was there, but the closest man was Zach Seaman in the end zone. No markers down as the clock expires on the first half of play, and W&J, after Pugh escaped, there is a flag thrown. Was looking to see if there was a marker, and how about Allegheny didn't see it as well. The entire bench is currently on the field, and now everybody from Allegheny is being signaled to go to the locker room. It looks like this one might be on W&J.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 15. That foul will be enforced on the second half kickoff. That's number 15's first unsportsmanlike conduct out of the game. That is the end of the first half.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty goes on John Peduzzi.
Offense number 15.
Peduzzi, the one guilty of the penalty. And now let's send it down to the sideline, and Matt Fargo with head coach Mike Sirianni.
Yeah, W.
Thanks, guys. Coach, you told me before the game that you wanted more offensive possessions. You had 5 of them in the first half. 3 out of 5, you couldn't get that last one in there. How satisfied are you with the offensive performance in the first half?
So far, we've only punted once. We got to know the situation at the end of the half. I mean, there's 5.7 seconds left, and all we're trying to do is run a play real quick. If we have it, not, we still got. We got time. We kind of mismanaged that at the end of the half, and that's my fault as the play caller. I made a mistake. We probably should have taken a timeout. So I made a mistake at the end of the half.
Biggest point of emphasis you're going to talk to your team about in the locker room?
They're probably 8 of 9 they're probably over 60% on third downs. They are. We got to get off the field, okay? And now we have to punt from the 20 because one of our guys got a penalty. So we got to play the second half.
Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back upstairs.
Thanks, Matt, and thanks to Coach Sirianni for his time. 35-14, Jake Pugh scrambled out, and the clock ran out on the Presidents trying to score. Trying to punch it in for more, but Washington and Jefferson does lead it by 21 points as we reach the break here on KDKA+.
You want top quality roofing?
Replacing a roof isn't just shingles. It's a complete engineered system. Being Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing replacement company, we offer free estimates from one of the most trusted and well-trained teams in the industry. With over 40 years in the business, JP Roofing is efficient and complete most roofing jobs in just 1 day.
If you're looking to get your roof replaced, hire JP Roofing and Siding. Quality long remembered at a fair price.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails, and one-of-a-kind food items. Celebrate an Allegheny win with the newest fall cocktail, Gator Juice. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than the Voodoo Production Facility and Event Space for your next event. For more information, visit voodoobrewery.com.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspections and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
Here at Loway, we have a pretty vast array of customizable promotional products, from pens, signs, mugs, water bottles, really anything you can think of. Some of the main services we provide here are screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. What really sets us apart from our competitors is our on-staff design crew and our customer service. We can really help take your branding and marketing to a new level. The main thing you can expect from us here at Loway is quick turnaround times and a really high quality product.
I started working out with my dad when I was 12 years old. He said, "While everybody else is sleeping, you up working. It's gonna pay off for you." Biggest decisions I ever had to make my junior year. I had my daughter at the time, so, I'm like, I gotta provide. I had the opportunity to leave early. I had to make a decision. Was I gonna leave or was I gonna come back to college for an extra year? I'm about to cry talking about this shit. Once I made that decision to come back, my mindset wasn't just to be good, it was to be great.
Allison and Michael have been in their home for 10 years,
and their bathroom really needed an update.
I like doing home projects. Would have definitely taken me longer than we have.
They needed a more convenient option, so they called West Shore.
The design consultant made it really easy.
I left for work with the kids and they showed up. Morning.
Have a nice day at school.
By dinner time, we had our bathroom.
And we welcome you back to Cameron Stadium here at halftime, where Washington and Jefferson has the 35-14 point lead over Allegheny. I am Matt Fargo. Welcome to halftime. A lot of action-packed in the first half, and every week in the PAC is action-packed, which means it's time now for our top 5 PAC plays of the week from Waynesburg University student Ethan Pizarski.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the top 5 plays around the PAC. I'm your host Ethan Pizarski, and we'll take some time now to walk through the top 5 plays around the President's Athletic Conference.
The number 5 play of the week. With 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter, the Spartans capitalized on an opportunity that would score them a 49-yard touchdown catch from Michael Wykowski. This would be the first of 2 touchdown catches for Wykowski. The number 4 play of the week. Up in Meadville, PA, the Gators played host to the Tartans on Saturday night. Nigel Williams here comes up with a huge tipped ball interception that helps set up the Gators for another offensive drive. This will be the first of 2 tipped interceptions on the night. The number 3 play of the week. We have another interception, this time by Vitel Joseph, who got himself the second pick of the game. Talk about right place, right time as the Gators again get their second tip ball of the game. The number 2 play of the week. Staying with Allegheny, the Tartans, after their touchdown, would go for the extra point, and it would be blocked right before the half. The Gators, despite the loss, found themselves with some great defensive moments here tonight. And now, the number 1 play of the week. Back to West Virginia, where the Spartans, up by 8 and driving down the field, we would see the second touchdown for Wykowski. This one is where he turns, makes a grab, and has that toe drag swag for the Spartans 6.
Amazing plays, and I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to stay tuned for next week, same time, same place, as we go through the next top 5 plays of the week. I'm Ethan Pizarski signing off, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much, Ethan. A great job as always. Earlier this year, Austin Bechtold got a chance to sit down with Allegheny senior Declan O'Brien, and we'll run that interview now.
Hi everyone, you're watching a presentation of PAC football. I'm Austin Bechtold, joined alongside Allegheny wide receiver Declan O'Brien. Declan, it's great to be with you here today. Overall, how did you get started in football? What has been your journey like? And to get to Allegheny as well, how did you fall in love with the game?
I mean, football has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. My dad definitely got me into it growing up, as he played as well, and I've been playing ever since. I think I've been 5 years old, and just ever since then, it's probably been the sport I've been the best at, so it's the one I've worked the hardest at, and it's been a constant in my life that I can keep working hard at, so I've been playing as long as I can.
Compared to when you started out at 5 to where you are now in college, How different is your relationship with football?
I'd say it's pretty different. Back then, you know, I maybe played because my friends played, and that's why, you know, I had the game. But now I have the game, and I have friends here at college because I play the game.
How important is your dad to your football journey?
Very important. He's a huge inspiration to me. You know, he obviously had a great career, and they had a great team here at Allegheny, so I always strive. You know, I want to be as good as him. I want to be better than him. I want to have a team that's as good as him.
Did you play any other sports growing up that have helped you in football and overall being able to take some things from other sports that you can work into the game?
Yeah, I played baseball and basketball growing up. I'd say basketball has a lot of the same movements that you use as a wide receiver, especially for releases and that type of thing. And baseball definitely is a very mental game, and I learned a lot from playing that because I used to get, you know, really upset at like a strikeout or something. But if you let yourself get upset in football, you just go and make a mistake on the next play, so you can't let that happen.
Probably a lot of hand-eye coordination in baseball to wide receiver too.
Yeah, that as well.
So overall, what would you say is one of the main reasons why you joined Allegheny?
Allegheny, when I was getting here, I really liked the coaches who recruited me. I really liked the school. I felt like it was somewhere I could be set up for success in the future. I like the campus. I like the people that I met, the players I talked to, and you know, my dad going here was also an influence on that.
Talking to Declan O'Brien of Allegheny football, what is one of the main things that you loved during your time of Allegheny in terms of the culture? And you mentioned it a little bit earlier about the campus and just how much that you love this experience.
Yeah, there's a lot of events. There's always something to do on campus, you know, and I've made some of my best friends here, and even people that you don't know, you can basically be friendly with anyone, talk to anyone that you see on campus, and there's always a way to have a good time on a day-to-day basis.
What's one of your favorite memories in the Allegheny uniform?
I would say our first team win. It was my sophomore year. We didn't have a season my freshman year, and then we played Teal at home, and it was probably one of the most fun things that I've been a part of.
Yeah, and joining the PAC as well now for a second full year. What is it like going from that transition to not being in the PAC to now back in the PAC for Allegheny, and overall for you facing different competition?
Yeah, I'd say a big difference between the PAC and the NCAC is really the physicality and the defense. The PAC's a lot more physical. And I think for me, my sophomore year playing in the NCAC, I wasn't as strong or fast as I was last year and this year. So being able to have that experience before going against the really tough defenses, I think helped me in the now.
So you're a former Whitfield guy, graduate of Norwin. What's it like for you to be able to represent the whole area of southwestern Pennsylvania?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's some of the best football that you'll find. There's a ton of great players, you know, countless people going on to play college football, and I want to represent that in a good light and show people that it's a great place to play.
Once you graduate from Allegheny, what do you want to do after football?
I'm an economics major. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I'm thinking about, you know, grad school or playing a fifth year, something like that. But I'm just hoping to take a few more classes this year and hopefully figure it out exactly.
What drew you to economics?
I feel like I've always been sort of a business-minded person in terms of like making money and that type of thing. But I've also liked mathematics, but I didn't like math enough to major in it, so I feel like economics was the best of both worlds.
To be able to represent the Gators at PAC Media Day, what does that mean for you?
It means a lot, honestly. I feel like it means that my coaches and, you know, the staff, my teammates, they trust me to show the school in a good light and show what Allegheny is all about.
What type of legacy do you want to leave on this football program once you depart?
You know, I came in my freshman year. I wasn't the most talented. I was pretty small, and you know, I think we get a lot of guys like that who just end up quitting. But I'd want them to know that if you just work hard enough and keep trying at it, that you can get better.
Finally, to those that supported you throughout all the years and to your family and friends, what would you like to say as a message to them?
Yeah, just thank you guys so much. I could not possibly be here without your guys' support and help me out, you know, especially to my family, coming out, supporting me in games, driving me places, all that. Just couldn't do it without you.
Declan, really appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much. Declan O'Brien representing Allegheny football.
We've continually invested in the best resources in advanced dental technology to ensure gentle and more efficient treatment for all of our patients.
It's very gratifying for me to live in the community where we practice.
At our practice, we specialize in sedation dentistry, dental implants, and general dentistry.
We take excellent care of our patients so that they're comfortable each time they come visit us.
Families have been coming to DeBartolo Dental through the years. Our patients' kids and grandkids are now also our patients.
Job, excellent job, okay? That was tough competition, but it was good competition. It shows you what we need to work on. You can't give up, okay? And you never have. You've never made excuses. So we just get back in, we get in the trenches, we play 2 games tomorrow, and then we see what we end up with. Got it? All right. 1, 2, 3. TBA!
Maya, can you come in here, please?
Already.
Yeah, Dad, what's up? Is that your brother on the TV?
Yeah, that's my brother. It looks like it's tonight's game.
But how can that be your brother? I have never missed a single game.
We couldn't go tonight. Remember, you broke your foot.
Right. Well, I don't know who's putting on this production, but without them, I'd be missing this.
Tune in this Friday to the Steel City High School Football Showcase presented by UPMC Sports Medicine as the Penn Hills Indians take on the Central Catholic Vikings. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+. Are you ready?
Your first alert weather.
A marginal threat for some strong to severe thunderstorms popping tomorrow.
Wherever, whenever. CBS News Pittsburgh.
We're going to see some rain, some thunderstorms developing for parts of this weekend.
On the free CBS News app and Pluto TV.
What happens when you put students first? At Pittsburgh Public Schools, you get exceptional learning experiences. In 54 schools, including 1 online academy, in 85 early childhood classrooms, 20 magnet schools, and 16 career and technical education programs. More options, more opportunities, more ways we put every one of our 20,000 students first. Always, in all ways.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails, and one-of-a-kind food items. Celebrate an Allegheny win with the newest fall cocktail, Gator Juice. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than the Voodoo Production Facility and Event Space for your next event. For more information, visit VoodooBrewery.com.
And we welcome you back to halftime. 35-14, WJ has the lead on Allegheny, and it is homecoming. So we got to shout out the homecoming queen and king, Alyssa Polis and Seth Coons. Congratulations for Washington and Jefferson. And now we're going to go back upstairs to the guys calling all the action for the second half. It is Austin and Alex, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. And Seth Coons, that you're very familiar with, Alex, one of your good friends, being able to win homecoming. How about that?
And we see just football players just showing out off the field as well. Seth Coons winning homecoming president. And it's only fitting that a normal president football player here wins that homecoming president spot.
So a ton of splash plays in that first half on both sides. Declan O'Brien, Miller also being able to score for Allegheny, and multiple different touchdowns for the Washington and Jefferson presidents, including DeRosa being able to find the end zone twice.
And that's all this game's been is splash plays. Both teams finding success on the offensive end. However, we've seen WJ's made more of those splash plays. With the total yards not being any huge outliers between each team, it's the turnovers and the penalty yards, especially for the Gators, that's been really, really hard to overcome, especially in this first half.
Jacob McCosco has also reached the end zone twice. 5 catches for 79 yards to lead all receivers for Washington and Jefferson with 2 scores. 15 first downs, 10 for Allegheny. Penalty yardage has been huge, 70-10 for the Allegheny Gators, having huge amount. Curry Miller, 9 carries for 101 yards, as well as a touchdown. Jack Johnson was 14-21 for 157 yards. and 1 score in the first half of play. We take a look at some of the first half highlights. How about Kobe DeRosa? Reaching the end zone pretty much on any time he catches the football. 3 catches in that first half of play, 2 of them going for scores. Miller's 75-yard scamper to the end zone put Allegheny on the board for the first time here today. But Washington and Jefferson continued to strike. Jacob McCosco being able to find the end zone for his first score of the year and was able to get his second a little bit later on. And the punt that was blocked. How about Zakai Simmons blocked it and scored on special teams to be able to put the Presidents ahead, continue the onslaught of points, and then Kobe DeRosa once again finding the end zone, tiptoeing into the end zone for the Presidents. But before the half came to an end, Declan O'Brien was able to put 14 points up onto the board for Allegheny. 35-14 to score, third quarter coming up next on KDKA+.
At 2 Men and a Truck, we'll treat you and your belongings like we'd treat our own grandmas.
Here we go. Welcome.
Whether we're moving you across town or even across the country.
You want top quality roofing?
Replacing a roof isn't just shingles. It's a complete engineered system. Being Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing replacement company, we offer free estimates from one of the most trusted and well-trained teams in the industry. With over 40 years in the business, JP Roofing is efficient and complete most roofing jobs in just 1 day.
If you're looking to get your roof replaced, hire JP Roofing and Siding. Quality long remembered at a fair price.
What keeps you moving? Is it your grandkids learning to ride a bike? Or Fido wanting to go for walks? At Washington Health System Center for Orthopedic Excellence, our highly trained team offers a wide variety of services, from sports medicine, general orthopedics, arm, elbow, and wrist care, to arthroscopic surgery, fracture care of foot and ankles, same-day joint replacements, and minimally invasive surgery, all tailored to your specific needs. Discover the difference at WHS. We don't just treat your symptoms, we empower you to live your best life, free from pain and limitations. Don't let pain or injury stop you any longer. Choose Washington Health System for your orthopedic care and take your first steps towards recovery and a healthier, more active life. Call us or visit our website to schedule your appointment today.
Back here in Washington as Allegheny deferred to begin the game, and we'll get the ball now to start the second half of action. Kicked away by Jackson Brentnall of Washington and Jefferson. And after the 15-yard penalty on Peduzzi, last play of the half, the kickoff from the 20-yard line. So running room for Allegheny to begin the half. Past the 30, 35, and upended at the 37. Dursey falls at that spot to begin this offensive drive for Jack Johnson. And the Gators being able to connect with Declan O'Brien for his 6th touchdown of the season was critical to being able to get something for this offense, finding a rhythm at the end of that half, and now being able to set up shop to begin the third. Austin Bechtold, Alex Terrett, Matt Fargo alongside here on KDKA Plus from Washington, Pennsylvania. 2-3 Allegheny, 4-1 W&J from Cameron Stadium. Johnson in the pistol. Has Miller as the back. Johnson with time, quick pass caught by O'Brien at the 41. Simmons forced him out after a quick pickup of 4.
And I fully expect this Allegheny offense to run through Declan O'Brien. They know what he can do. They know what the momentum he brought towards the end of that first half. And now, first play of the game, right out the gate, little flat route, easy completion for Johnson. Get his confidence back up after that rough first half, and be able to make a push in the second half to potentially win this game.
And if you're W&J defensively, you know that O'Brien's going to get his catches, but just trying to limit it to as few of yards as possible. You know the amount of targets that he's going to get. 5 seconds on the play clock and swinging it out to Miller. Miller past the 40, has running room 45, first down, out of bounds right near midfield. Kareem Miller right to midfield for an Allegheny first down.
We've seen this play almost 3 times already. Just a little flip out to Miller on the outside. giving him room to run, getting those D linemen moving around. Now without Dawson Dietz, you see that they're kind of struggling to get to the running back here. Miller is going to be able to break off some runs here in the second half.
And that run was also towards the far side hash near the Allegheny sideline. So a lot of room that was open on that side as well. Williams goes in motion, away from us to the far side. Pistol formation from Johnson. Hands it off. Miller up the middle. Pyle pushes forward to the 47 of Washington and Jefferson into President's territory. Short pickup of 3 yards.
I'm loving this mix of play calls here from the Allegheny offense, getting Declan O'Brien early on, and then Miller also getting his touches. All I've seen is positive games so far for this Allegheny offense. Great adjustments so far to start the second half.
Miller in that first half, 101 yards rushing. He had 117 coming into today. Lines up in the pistol, standing behind Johnson. 2nd down and 7. 3 receivers line up to the near side, 1 far side. That's O'Brien. Johnson swings it out to Miller. Miller, though, is dragged down by Justin Johns. No chance for him to be able to escape, and goes for a loss of 2.
Great play by Justin Johns. Not only making the stop, keeping him in bounds, but there is not many defenders around Miller there. And then Justin Johns able to make a huge stop there and not let him get into the secondary and make some more men miss.
Yeah, a strong wrap up there to be able to corral Miller. Moves the ball back to the 49. Allegheny needs the 40 to convert. Johnson lines up in the pistol formation again. 2 receivers line up each side. Miller at the back. Johnson. Miller picks up the pressure. Over the middle, incomplete. Justin Johns broke it up, but it was almost intercepted. Johnson helped up by a couple of different players, including Jaron Timmons and Miller, who was down on the ground. 4th down.
They had what they needed with Declan O'Brien getting open over the middle. Johnson just so much pressure in his face, not able to give a good ball to him. We know Declan O'Brien can make those tough catches over the middle, and just another wasted opportunity for this Allegheny offense, especially on the first drive outside the first half. The potential to try and get back in this game, another missed opportunity.
Brinzig sends the punt away, able to get it off cleanly, as Rosati on a fair catch gets it at the 20-yard line. Next week on Friday, Penn Hills Central Catholic in the Steel City High School Football Showcase presented by UPMC Sports Medicine. October 13th, Penn Hills Central Catholic. Central Catholic, how about last night's game for the Vikings? A loss against Pine Richland. Pine Richland, how about this? Ran for 300 yards with Wildcat formation. Run it right down your throat. 7 o'clock next week on KDKA+. Pugh, quick pass, incomplete. He's trying to connect with John Peduzzi, but was broken up. Deflection made by Malcolm Denomi. He's been everywhere today.
Great pass break up here. They're trying to get Peduzzi on a little slant route. Just get the ball in his hand. Peduzzi's been pretty quiet, especially in the first half. They've been trying to get his touches today. A lot of fade balls in the end zone. But how about David Williams just doing a great job with Peduzzi? And he's been very, very impressive today. And he's playing so far up on Peduzzi, not letting him get any sort of space.
Pugh, Rosati, reception made. Babb is the one that makes the tackle. Ball came out at the end of it. Allegheny wanted an incompletion, but as Rosati went to the ground, did have it. Ball came out kind of late. And John Peduzzi is on the sideline. Not in there for 3rd down. Reynolds was also there to help push him out. Reception made by Rosati, goes in motion near side. Pugh over the middle. Pass is caught. Peduzzi did come back out onto the field. Makes the reception for a 1st down as Matsuda forces him to the ground.
Great play designed by the Presidents here. Getting Peduzzi, just a little spot route over the middle. Easy completion for Pugh. After a tough 1st and 2nd down, now on 3rd down, they were able to complete. Now get back to the run game here with DeRosa.
DeRosa tripped up, still going. Lucky to hold on to the ball, as it looked like Romaine from behind tried to force it out at the 35-36. Goes for a gain of 5.
And Romaine almost has a huge turnover here. Every time you're falling to the ground as a running back, that ball is so exposed, and that's where those chop from behind causing fumbles. Romaine almost able to make a huge play.
It's like that TJ Watt play where you just kind of close your hand and just try to punch at the football, chop down at it. So we saw Peduzzi convert on that third down. He was not in there on the second down play. Saw him on the sideline as Pugh looking to try to target him this time. Deep for Peduzzi, incomplete. David Williams again with the coverage as it was broken up, and Peduzzi is down on the play, not getting up. Looks to be in pain as the training staff now comes to take a look at him.
Ineligible receiver downfield offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Second down. Timeout on the field. Injury timeout.
5-yard penalty on W&J will back the ball up. And we'll take a break as John Peduzzi is looked at here on KDKA+.
This Saturday, tune in to KDKA Plus for D3 college football as the Grove City Wolverines battle the Allegheny Gators. This Saturday at 4 p.m. only on KDKA Plus.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
Why call 2 men in a truck? If you're like Kate, you're moving and you work hard. You've got lots of stuff and no time to move it. You need pros, people who care about it as much as you do. That's why you call 2 men in a truck. 2 men in a truck.
Tune in this Friday to the Steel City High School Football Showcase presented by UPMC Sports Medicine as the Penn Hills Indians take on the Central Catholic Vikings. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+. Are you ready?
John Peduzzi able to walk over to the sideline. And good to see Peduzzi being able to walk off on his own with the training staff surrounding him. See if he's able to make his way back into this game. So after the injury timeout, it's 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 31-yard line. Nick Wilson replaces Peduzzi, far side of the field at wide receiver. Pugh rolls out far side in the direction of Wilson. They throw it his way, incomplete. David Williams again there to help break it up, set up 3rd down. Let's send it down to Matt on the sideline with an update on Dawson Dietz.
Yeah, thanks, Austin. I got a chance again to talk to Dawson, and he said he is out for the rest of this game, but just a twisted ankle. Fully expect to come back next week. I think if this game was a little bit closer, he might even tough it out, but optimistic for the future for Dietz.
Probably the case, as doesn't have his jersey on at the moment. And Pugh looking near side from Costco. Incomplete on 3rd down. Would have been good enough to move the chains, but the incompletion will send the punting unit on.
And now without Peduzzi on the field, McCosco becomes your number 1 receiver. You need him to start turning up a little bit, getting that separation like Peduzzi does as well. McCosco having a great game with 2 reception touchdowns, not able to corral that one. And now the Presidents, a rare sight with the punt team out there.
Ricky Hunter back to punt. No pressure applied as it's a good kick from Hunter. Taken by Dursey at the 33-yard line. So bring out the President's defense. Jack Johnson and Allegheny looking to try to get something moving here. 9:56 to go in the 3rd quarter. 35-14, Washington and Jefferson leads it. So no Trey Worship. W&J has done all it really can do to try to slow down Declan O'Brien. Hard to stop him, but just trying to limit his production as much as possible. O'Brien lines up in the slot, right side of the formation. Pistol for Johnson on first down at the 33. Johnson looking deep for Williams. He's got it. Williams on the reception. Looked to have pushed off, though, and a flag comes in. Austin Williams, the tight end, a converted quarterback, getting significant reps at tight end. The junior, 6'5", 225 pounds from New York, pushed off to create the separation, and this one's coming back.
Pass interference. Offense, number 18. Be a 15-yard penalty. First down.
And Alex, you kind of see the clear extension of the arm from Williams here right before making the grab.
It's so hard, especially as a tall tight end like Williams is. As soon as you see that ball in the air, you just want to get everyone out of the way. And he does a great job of high pointing it. Just that little extension before just could have been prevented. Another opportunity missed for Allegheny. Great ball by Johnson, giving his tight end a chance to go up and get it. Williams just making an uncostly error. Now all of a sudden you're all the way back on your own 18-yard line.
First down and 25. Johnson near side, caught by Williams. Multiple flags come in as Johnson is shaking his right hand a little bit. There was a hit applied to him. And a look over to the sideline. Allegheny pointing in W&J's direction. There's the call.
So foul. Face mask. Offense, number 68. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
So instead, it's a face mask penalty. Hunter Palmisano, the center from Westlake, Ohio, guilty of the face mask. So back-to-back passes to Williams and back-to-back penalties on Allegheny.
Allegheny just continuing the struggles. You have a huge stop on the defensive end on this President's offense. You get your ball in great field position around the 34, and then two big penalties bring you all the way back inside your own 10. You cannot give this ball back to the Presidents here on offense.
First down and long. Handoff goes to Miller up the middle. Not much there. Only a pickup of 1 to the 10. Penalty put the ball back to the 9. And Alex, the first down marker for Allegheny is at the 43. It is second down and 33 coming up.
There's just not many plays in the playbook to even get you out of this situation. If I were the coach here, I would probably get a screenplay with Miller, just try and get an easy completion, make third down as manageable as possible, maybe even spring off a big run. Most of your successes come from the run game, especially with Miller, and then potentially have a easier third down conversion here. But like I said, not many plays in the playbook for this situation.
O'Brien goes in motion towards the formation. Pass it out his way. Justin Johns able to wrap him up and bring him down. O'Brien only able to get 3 yards. Justin Johns, another tackle from his middle linebacker spot.
Great tackle here by Justin Johns. They send Declan O'Brien across the middle. Just get him a catch, try and see what he can do.
And how about the fact that he went in motion towards the middle of the field just to kind of get going, get started up. What does that do for a wide receiver whenever you can, before anybody else is moving, start getting in motion and have a little bit of a head start?
It gives you that chance to get to your top speed early. And sometimes it's easier for a defender, especially, to get off balance because they're following you as well. But Justin John's not fooled there, able to make that big tackle.
3rd and 30. Johnson roll out near side. Pressure being applied by Justin Johns to force the incompletion. It'll be 4th down and 30. The punting unit coming on for the Gators.
Penalties. Penalties is such a killer for your offense. You finally have momentum. You finally have the chance to bring it within 2 scores, make it a manageable game. You still have time with the third quarter, a little under 8 minutes left in the third quarter. But now you're giving it back to this dangerous President's offense who could already be in plus territory.
On a breezy day in Washington. See if that affects the punt at all. Rosati stands at the Allegheny 45 back to receive it. Brinzik with his feet in the end zone gets it away. High kick. Spiraling to the 42. Room for Rosati. 35-30 and pushed out of bounds. Might be a late hit. It is. Multiple flags come in as Anthony Rosati was running out of bounds. Will Griffin, the backup tight end, forced him out, but a little bit too late as Rosati was already out of bounds.
I don't understand what's the need for that, especially because Rosati puts the Presidents within inside the 35-yard line, and then just making a costly error here with the late hit out of bounds.
Just an unnecessary 15 yards.
Personal foul. Team number 11, late hit out of bounds. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
It ends up being half the distance to the goal with the ball at the 14. So Jake Pugh in the offense, looking to try to score again and put this one as far out of reach as possible. With still a lot of time left in the game, 7:41 to go in the third quarter. 21-point lead for the Presidents. 8 seconds on the play clock and whistles stopping play as there's currently a drone over top of the field. And our spotter,
Please
Ethan
remove
Coolahan.
the flight of the drone from the playing surface. Thank you.
Our spotter, Ethan Coolahan, saw this a couple of minutes ago. We were both looking at it about maybe 5 plays ago as it was hovering over top the Washington and Jefferson bench. And now is still hovering over the field, now more so the track on the right side of the field. There's the drone. A little blip on the radar on the top left as the run goes to Volpatti. Volpatti now out of bounds. A flag is thrown on the play. That is not our drone. We're not sure. It's a rogue drone over the field.
Holding. Offense, number 78.
Holding penalty called on Angelo Fertini. Will back it up. And the drone is now on the far side of the field, right above the lights, now on the Allegheny side. Did not expect to show up today and do play-by-play of a drone, Alex.
I think this is probably the first time I've ever seen play be stopped in a football game because there's a drone on the field.
Pugh looking to try to pitch it, throws it backwards to Volpatti. And a crisis averted as Volpatti is able to grab it. Just
the field
could have been a disaster for Pugh. On the backwards pass that looked like a lot of miscommunication here, Alex.
One of the small flaws of Pugh's game is just trying to make too much happen, especially when you see that this play is dead. The defender makes a great read, and then Pugh just tries to do a little too much, throws it, and almost has a costly error.
So it's 2nd down and 25 for Pugh, rolling near side of the field, looking for McCosco incomplete. Another flag comes in the backfield.
Is it a drone? No drone.
No drone on the field. No flag for any drones.
Holding. Offense number 33. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Zach Cernuto called for holding as we saw Allegheny get in a 2nd, 3rd, and forever situation. Now the case for the Presidents. As we see John Peduzzi has been back out there for the Presidents. Let's go down to Matt with an update on Peduzzi's status.
Yeah, guys, I have a theory. Maybe that drone was a decoy to distract people from knowing that John Peduzzi was back into the game after suffering that injury. Some teammates were asking him if he was going to be good to go, and he said, I'll be fine, and he is. He's back out there.
2nd down and long at the 39. The line to gain is the 4. Give to number 4, Volpatti with room past the 30, and Volpatti runs his way towards the 27 to get a ton of yardage back before he's brought down by Fletcher Hammond. 3rd down and very long.
I would like to say that's a good run, but obviously 2nd and forever. Just trying to get as many yards as possible. Now you still have 3rd and forever.
Just a chunk play to try to make it 3rd and more manageable.
Exactly. Get it a more manageable situation here. Kind of open up the playbook a little bit. I'm looking at McCosco at the bottom of the screen. You also have Peduzzi at the top of the screen with Williams guarding him all day. Doing a great job, but now he's pressed up. Let's see if Peduzzi makes a play.
3rd down and 24. 4 seconds on the play clock, and W&J wants to talk about it, utilizing its first
timeout. W&J.
Washington and Jefferson calls timeout with 5:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. 35-14, the Presidents lead.
Dental implants can give you back the confidence and smile you feel has been missing. Implants feel, look, and function like natural teeth. And now you can get 12 months, same as cash. Call DeBartola Dental for an appointment at 412-221-9440.
Here at Lowe, we have a pretty vast array of customizable promotional products, from pens, signs, mugs, water bottles, really anything you can think of. Some of the main services we provide here are screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. What really sets us apart from our competitors is our on-staff design crew and our customer service. We can really help take your branding and marketing to a new level. The main thing you can expect from us here at Lowe is quick turnaround times and a really high quality product.
I'm Andy Sheehan. I'm the lead investigator with KDKA Investigates. I live in Pittsburgh. I've raised my kids here. For decades now, I've worked trying to uncover wrongs. We looked at the quality of water here. We found dangerous levels of lead in the water. We dug further. The city's water authority took action. And today, they have replaced more than half of the lead service lines throughout the entire city of Pittsburgh. We uncover a problem, we get answers, positive change for you and your family.
This Saturday, tune in to KDKA Plus for D3 college football as the Grove City Wolverines battle the Allegheny Gators. This Saturday at 4 p.m. only on KDKA Plus.
(35-14) down at field level for 3rd down and 24. Washington and Jefferson football at the 28. 5.5 to go in the quarter. After the W&J timeout, 2 remaining for the Presidents, all 3 for Allegheny. Versati, McCosco line up near side of the formation. Peduzzi far side. Pugh with time, rolls out, trying to find a man. Throwing in the end zone towards McCosco. Incomplete. It hits the upright of the goalpost. And it brings up 4th down. Alex, what'd you see here?
So we just see a play call here. We just have all fades on the outside. Peduzzi and McCosco, you know they could come down with the ball. Pugh just trying to wait to see if he gets any sort of separation. He sees McCosco coming back around to the middle of the field. If he was trying to hit the crossbar, that was pretty impressive.
Great accuracy.
That's great accuracy, but I don't think he was trying to do that. Don't mind the JRM scaffolding.
He potentially win a precision passing competition there. You see at the NFL Pro Bowl.
Yeah, that was like a 35-yard out crossbar hit.
So 4th down and 24. Presidents are going for it. Pugh. Pressure from Romaine. Romaine gets home and brings him down. Isaiah Romaine on the sack to give the ball back to Allegheny. Huge play defensively for the Gators.
Can we just talk about this last sequence of events right here? We have the Allegheny offense starting on the 40-yard line, backing themselves all the way back up to the 10, and then the Presidents getting the ball, having a 3rd and forever, not completing. 4th down, they go for it, and they get sacked at the 40-yard line for the Allegheny to go back on offense to start there. Crazy event to end up to the same result. Now Allegheny has momentum again. We'll see what they do with it, though.
Reset, put it at the 40, 1st down and 10 for Johnson in the offense. O'Brien lines up on the near side of the formation. Laconey guards him. Looking that way, pass is caught by O'Brien, 45, and spinning his way towards midfield. It does stay inbounds. Needed to get to midfield for a 1st down. And the 10-yard reception, good enough to move the chains.
I want to see this Allegheny offense continuing to go up-tempo, continuing to get the ball out quick, not letting these defensive linemen for the Presidents, who are so dangerous, the longer you hold on to the ball, get home. Declan O'Brien is going to be the kickstarter for this drive, and he's already making an early impact.
O'Brien had 10 receptions in the 1st half. Pistol formation for Johnson. Fake the handoff. Johnson steps up in the pocket. Still trying to escape and can't. Zach Valentine collapsed in, but Aiden Thomas was the one who got the sack. Timmons, rather, was the one that collapsed in on him, but Thomas finished it off.
I just finished talking about the longer you hold on to the ball, the longer you give time for Timmons, for Thomas, to all get to the quarterback. And a huge sack here. Just getting a little too greedy on 1st down. Now they got some work to do on 2nd.
2nd down and 12 at the 48-yard line, maybe the 49. Pistol once again for Johnson. 2 receivers line up each side. Miller the back. Johnson, quick pass. Declan O'Brien's got it, but taking a couple steps back and gets thrown to the ground. by Volpatti. Tanner Volpatti on the tackle after a pickup of 4 to the 48-yard line. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
See a little mini dig route here by Declan O'Brien. He lives in the middle of the field. That's where he does the most damage. Makes one defender miss. And is able to get the ball down. Still a long 3rd down here for the Gators, who have been struggling on 3rd down all day today. Let's see if they take their shot.
Needing to get to the 40-yard line to convert. O'Brien lines up in the slot, near side of the field, right on the W&J logo. Johnson looks his way, pass is caught. O'Brien past the 40-35. O'Brien, 30-yard line. Got the 1st down and much more before Volpatti brought him down to the 29.
And that's that quick release here by Declan O'Brien. Getting open, Jack Johnson just has to catch it, take one step, throw, and then O'Brien just making those yards after catch means something. And now they're inside the 30. They have a chance here. Let's see if they just take their opportunity, which they have struggled doing all day.
Such an impactful player, Declan O'Brien. It's going to be crazy to see how many receptions he has at the very end of the game. 1st down and 10 at the 29. Johnson looking deep down the field for O'Brien, incomplete. Was guarded by Carson Lacone. Had a step on him. There is a flag thrown, though, in the backfield. A lot of time for Johnson there. Might be because of a hold. And Allegheny backing up.
They try to get Declan O'Brien
holding
outside.
Offense number 59. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Our main referee, Jeff Loeffler, telling us that Keller Liptrap, the right guard, was the one who held.
They try to get Declan O'Brien on a little back shoulder fade. They end up getting the separation towards the end. However, just a little high throw by Johnson. Not able to connect here. Now bring up another huge 1st down. Long 1st down for Allegheny.
1st down and 20 at the 39. Johnson in the pistol. Hands it off to Miller. Miller with running room. Past the 30 and tried to stay on his feet before Harrell was the one that upended him. Miller was able to somehow somersault and stay on his feet then. Could have been more, but was able to get about 9 yards on the carry.
Great run by Miller. Just seeing that crease open for that split second. Uses his speed. Gets through the hole. Great push by the offensive line. Now getting most of that penalty yards back.
2nd down and 11 at the 30. Williams, the tight end, went in motion towards the near side. Lines up in the slot. Play clock at 8. And off to Miller again. Up the middle. Nothing this time. Aiden Thomas, the sophomore from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, collapsed in on him. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
They liked what they saw on 1st down, going to Miller. They try to go back to him. The President's defensive line just letting nothing past him. Thomas with a great wrap-up. Now another 3rd and long. Let's see if they go back to Declan O'Brien over the middle, or possibly a double move with O'Brien on the outside with Fabricki with the coverage. We've been looking at this matchup all day. Fabricki and O'Brien going at it. Fabricki pressed up on the bottom of your screen here.
One-on-one coverage. Johnson looking that way the whole time. Goes to O'Brien, who juggles it and is able to make the catch, but only a short gain. O'Brien went towards the middle of the field, and, you know, obviously think that Allegheny is going to go for it. Maybe that's the case instead of going for a bit of a deeper play, but just getting a couple yards.
I just don't really understand the 3-yard little mini dig with Fabricki pressed up. Fabricki was not fooled, able to make a huge play. Even though O'Brien caught the pass, still a long 4th down here for the Gators.
4th and 9, 30 seconds left, 15 on the play clock. O'Brien lines up near side of the field at the 30. Johnson takes the snap, looking near side, middle of the field, pass is caught. Good enough for a 1st down, and you'll never guess who made the reception. Declan O'Brien at the 15, 16-yard line. 9 seconds left on the clock as this appears to be the final play of the quarter. Allegheny will change opposite ends of the field and begin with the ball
That is the end of the third quarter.
Inside the red zone, trailing this by 21, but trying to strike as we begin the fourth. 15 minutes coming up left in regulation on KDKA+.
You can now get more local news on KDKA+. More breaking news.
Residents are being asked to stay outside of their house.
More community stories. More weather.
A couple of funnel clouds were spotted.
Weekdays at 12:30 on KDKA+.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready? Ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
Allison and Michael have been in their home for 10 years, and their bathroom really needed an update.
I like doing home projects. Would have definitely taken me longer than we have.
They needed a more convenient option, so they called West Shore.
The design consultant made it really easy.
I left for work with the kids and they showed up. Morning.
Have a nice day at school.
By dinner time, we had our bathroom.
This Saturday, tune in to KDKA Plus for D3 college football as the Grove City Wolverines battle the Allegheny Gators. This Saturday at 4 p.m. only on KDKA Plus.
(35-14) as we go to the fourth quarter. Declan O'Brien has 17 catches for 183 yards and a touchdown through 3 quarters. Pistol formation on first down. Johnson, plenty of time, looking towards the end zone for Williams. Jump ball incomplete. Marcus Harrell Jr. had the coverage, trying to connect with the big tight end for his 3rd touchdown grab of the year. But the 6'5" Austin Williams not able to grab it.
Inside the red zone, there's 2 people you want to go to. First, Declan O'Brien. Second, Williams going out, trying to make a play, using his big frame. Still great coverage there by Harrell on Williams. Williams not able to come down with it, especially on that last 4th down play for the Gators. They were not missing Declan O'Brien like they did on the last 4th down. Jack Johnson was staring him down the entire time, makes a great play on that last 4th down conversion.
2nd down and 10, ball at the 16-yard line. W&J brings pressure from Volpatti off the outside. Johnson, quarterback run up the middle, still going past the 10, and made his way towards the 9-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and short coming up. Pickup of 7 on 2nd down. Allegheny still with a chance to pick up a 1st down on this drive. It'll be 3rd down and 3 coming up. And you got to think this is money down time for Declan O'Brien. 3rd down and 3 at the 9. Pistol formation for Johnson. Miller is the back. O'Brien lines up in the slot. And Allegheny wants to talk about it here on 3rd down.
Allegheny.
And uses a timeout. So, Alex, what do you think the play might be for Allegheny as Braden Layer wants to talk to his team about it?
I definitely want to see Williams on the outside. I want to see Declan O'Brien lined up in the slot. Make sure they're on the same side. I want to see Declan O'Brien working the inside to middle of the field over the ball, and then Williams with the fade on the outside, and then just giving one of those guys a shot to make a play for you. They're the guys that you want to look to in the red zone. Declan O'Brien just doing a great job all day of getting open. Let's see if he can get open inside the 10, and then eventually see if they can go to Williams on the outside.
It's been O'Brien and Williams, really the only 2 guys that have been significant factors in the passing game. Ian Dursey has also been a major contributor. 15 catches for 152 yards and a touchdown this year. But Jaden Thorpe, freshman wide receiver, no catches. Nick Berkey, 2 catches for 14 yards entering today. Curtis Knobloch, 1 catch. The freshman 6'2" wide receiver from North Hills High School. Eric Dennis, the freshman from Houston, Texas, also limited play this year, the wide receiver position. 3rd down and 3, ball at the 9. Johnson in the pistol with Miller in the back. O'Brien in the slot, left side of the formation. Johnson looking towards O'Brien in the end zone. Jump ball up for grabs. incomplete. O'Brien was double covered by Simmons as well as Laconi to help break it up and force fourth down.
I mean, you can't have 17 catches in one game and not expect to get double teamed in the red zone. Laconi and Simmons just doing everything they can to make sure O'Brien doesn't come down with it. O'Brien almost coming down with that touchdown. Now we got fourth down. If the Gators can somehow get this first down, pick up this first down or get in the end zone, this changes the whole dynamic of the game. Still with 14 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Fourth down and 3. O'Brien is at the near side of the field, standing at the 10. Miller at the back. 2 receivers far side, including Williams, 2 to the near side. Johnson looking far side, has a chance to run with it. Johnson steps up, gets to the 5, picks up the first down. Jack Johnson, the senior quarterback, rushes to the 4, sets up first down and goal.
I was waiting for Jack Johnson to finally pull that and run. You had so many guys for the Presidents out in coverage. O'Brien, Williams, not able to find any space. Johnson finally making that decision to tuck it and get that easy first down conversion. Now the Gators, they're in business. They need to get in the end zone, though. No field goals help you here. All end zone.
First down and goal at the 4. I formation with O'Brien isolated right side of the formation. Handoff up the middle. Miller towards the goal line. Miller looking to try to reach. Not there, but does make his way to the 1.
Miller so close to the end zone. Gets stopped just short. We'll see where the refs spot him here. Initially met in the hole. Big collision. But Miller staying on his feet and
timeout on the field. Injury timeout.
And we're going to take a quick break as injured player is attended to. That's Zach Valentine down on the play for Washington and Jefferson. We'll be back in a moment.
I love the things I build and the people I build them with.
But I got plans that go beyond buildings.
I moved some of my savings into a GBU Asset Guard annuity so I can retire when something unexpectedly great happens.
You made the right call. You chose a GBU Asset Guard annuity, a multi-year guaranteed annuity which works to grow your funds at a locked-in interest rate for a term of 2 to 5 years. 2 to 5!
My son's got that sweetheart football scholarship. Every game, I'll be there, thanks to some help from GBU Life.
It's been an incredible game for Declan O'Brien. He has broken the single game Allegheny record for catches in a game. He had 17 through the first 3 quarters. The previous record was 14. 3 players had that record, including O'Brien, who had it in week 1. O'Brien and 3 others with 14. He has 17 through 3 quarters. We still have 13:09 to go in the 4th quarter. His record for receiving yards in a game is 214 against Bethany. Through 3 quarters, he had 183.
Already through 3 quarters, having 183 yards and 17 catches is just unheard of. Hopefully your fantasy team, if you have them, has PPR format because those points per reception really add up.
Zach Valentine able to walk off the field under his own power, surrounded by the medical staff. So it's second down and goal, ball at the 2. A career day for Declan O'Brien, who you saw as our featured interview today. It was a good day to pick Declan O'Brien as the featured interview, I guess, from our PAC Media Days. Got a chance to talk to him. Really, really good person, good personality, loves the game of football, great knowledge, and we've seen just his ability to create and find space has been incredible for Allegheny. It hasn't really translated as much on the scoreboard, but he has been the main offensive contributor here today and one of the best players in the entire conference, the entire country at the wide receiver position.
All right, second down. 1 yard to go. Let's see if they just do a little QB sneak with Jack Johnson.
I formation. Ball is out. That would have been the case. It looked like Johnson was going to try for a QB sneak. And we'll see who ends up with it at the bottom of the pile. It looked like Allegheny was able to recover, and Johnson fell on it. And it will be third down.
Offense.
We see that Gators doing exactly what I thought they were going to do. Jack Johnson trying to get that push. However, just fumbling the snap, especially because if you know you're doing that QB sneak, you kind of lean a little forward over the center, kind of screws up that timing a little bit. Jack Johnson just getting a little too antsy.
They were trying to pull off the tush push, brotherly shove, whatever you'd like to call it. Known from the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Sirianni's brother, but the play clock has expired.
Allegheny.
But before that, Allegheny calls timeout.
And so speaking about brothers, right, you have Declan O'Brien, who's the brother of Cam O'Brien. Cam O'Brien being a receiver for W&J for the past 5 years. He graduated back in 2021, 2022. And then now you see his brother in front of his own home crowd and his just making a huge performance. Just something that you just don't see at this level, just that type of stat line from one player, especially in a losing effort, which is so sad to see. Maybe they can stir something up last 12-20 in the game, but they just have to get in the end zone right now.
It's an uphill battle. There is still time left. 21-point deficit, 12:20 to go. Crazier things have happened. Maybe Allegheny can find the end zone and get that Gator bus all fired up right outside the end zone. One of the coolest things that I think we've seen this year is that Gator bus. There it is.
Gator bus.
The Gator bus with the Gators logo. Pretty much like eating the Allegheny Gators name there. I mean, that's pretty cool. Not a lot of schools have that.
We'll see if the Gator bus can take a victory lap after today. But it all starts with this play right here. 3rd and 2 on the 2-yard line.
Johnson lines up in the pistol with Miller the back. O'Brien in the slot, left side of the formation. Johnson hands it off. Miller into the end zone. Touchdown, Allegheny. As Johnson put his hands in the air, celebrating the touchdown, the Gators are able to strike and cut the deficit.
Speaking of the Gator bus is fired up for that big touchdown. Miller just running downhill, knowing all the attention is on Declan O'Brien. And that's just nice to see after his performance. Now you get the running game going a little bit. And just seeing that Allegheny offense showing what they've been showing in all these close matchups so far this year.
Garrett Paxton on to attempt the extra point. Trevor Brenzick holds it. Kick is up and good from the junior Paxton. 12:15 to go in the fourth quarter. 35-21 the score. Washington and Jefferson will get the ball back, leading by 14.
Maya, can you come in here, please?
Already. Yeah, Dad, what's up?
Is that your brother on the TV?
Yeah, that's my brother. It looks like it's tonight's game.
But how can that be your brother? I have never missed a single game.
We couldn't go tonight. Remember, you broke your foot.
Right. Well, I don't know who's putting on this production, but without them, I'd be missing this.
At 2 Men and a Truck, we'll treat you and your belongings like we'd treat our own grandmas.
Here we go! Hello there. Welcome.
Whether we're moving you across town or even across the country.
Tune in this Friday to the Steel City High School Football Showcase presented by UPMC Sports Medicine as the Penn Hills Indians take on the Central Catholic Vikings. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+. Are you ready?
(35-21), 12:15 to go here in the fourth quarter play. So Allegheny, after scoring the touchdown, a couple yards out for Miller, will now send it back to W&J, where it'll be Swartz and DeRosa back to return it. And Alex, we got a game now, 14-point game. Allegheny can get a stop, get the ball back to the offense, see what else could be cooking here as Dawson Dietz taken out of this game, and Doesn't appear that he will be returning, which is what we heard from Matt earlier today. He was in street clothes after being injured in that first half. Ball kicked into the end zone for a touchback, so spotted at the 25 for Jake Pugh. Pugh entered today's game with 16 touchdown passes and only 2 interceptions. W&J has not scored in this half. And this is something, Alex, that we've kind of seen from this President's offense. Domination in the first half of play. And the offense kind of sputters a little bit in the second half.
Exactly, especially when they have such a monstrous first half, scoring 35 points, and then the second half just through the third quarter having no points. You see the defense makes adjustments, but it doesn't seem like the W&J offense has made a lot either.
Handoff goes to Volpatti, follows his blocks, and pushes his way forward to the 30-yard line to pick up a 5 on first down.
And the hardest part, especially coming out of half, when the defense makes all these adjustments, you can't run the same things that you did in the first half that worked, because that's what they're trying to stop. They're focusing on Peduzzi. They're focusing on McCosco, who had a big first half. So now it's time to switch it up, go to the run game, get Volpatti involved, get Rosati involved. Even Cernuto's had a really quiet game today.
Handoff goes to Volpatti again, running near side. Lane is created, 35, first down, past the 40. Pushed out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Good run from Volpatti as Reynolds pushes him out.
And we just talked about Volpatti. Now they're going to the run game, which they didn't go to a lot in the first half. Now they're seeing success on the ground. So now the defense has to adjust and account for the run game. All of a sudden, your playmakers on the outside have some more open space to run.
Troy Volpatti, the sophomore running back, playing alongside his brother Tanner, senior on the defensive side of the ball. Holmes goes in motion towards the near side as DeRosa gets the carry. DeRosa, ball is out as he was trying to fight for extra yardage. Allegheny is signaling that the Gators have the football. I think W&J did fall on it, though. Matsuda was right there to help try to force it out, and it will be second down. W&J catches a break.
Wow. Just almost a complete throwing this game on its head with that fumble. However, W&J able to secure it.
And DeRosa comes off the field.
And that's kind of what you expect to come off the field after almost a game-changing fumble there. Now Volpatti in his mind needs to think, I need 2 hands on this ball. You just cannot turn over this ball this close to the Allegheny end zone.
He gets the handoff, running near side. Volpatti finds a lane past midfield, 45, and is dragged out of bounds. Once again, the tackle made defensively by Matsuda, but not after picking up a Washington and Jefferson first down in Allegheny territory.
Volpatti doing everything he can to try and ice this game. He doesn't want Allegheny to go back on the offensive end. And the best part about getting that run game going is that clock just keeps running. If you want that clock to keep running, you don't have to go to the air. You don't need to worry about incompletions. Just keep running hard-nosed football right down the Allegheny Gators' throat.
And expect W&J, which is a very high-tempo offense, pretty quick to snapping the football, to run a little bit more time off the play clock. Currently 5 seconds on it. Snapping the ball with 3. Volpatti on the handoff. Nothing there. Matsuda again. This time for a loss of 1. Isaiah Romaine also collapsed in on Volpatti, the ball carrier. Backs up to the 43.
So now Allegheny stepping up a little bit on that first down, not letting any sort of yardage, even taking a 1-yard loss. Volpatti not able to find anywhere to go. Now they got to play some more defense on the outside. Try to see Williams at the top.
Pass over the middle is broken up. Pugh was trying to connect with Cernuto over
The ruling
the
on the field is a forward incomplete pass.
Zach Altenbaugh got his hands up there to force third down.
Great play by Altenbaugh there. Not able to get to Pugh, but able to put the hands up, make it tough throw. Pugh not able to connect. 3rd and long. This is your time to get back in this ball game by creating a stop.
And W&J lucky that that ball was not intercepted by Altenbaugh. He read it well, but just not able to corral it. Knocked it down. 3rd and 11 at the 43. Handoff goes to Volpatti. Volpatti, Matsuda once again on the tackle at the initial line of scrimmage at the 42. So a big decision here from W&J after deciding to run it on 3rd and long. Maybe that being the case, thinking this is 4-down territory?
I'm kind of shocked on that play call, to be honest with you. You know how aggressive play calling Coach Sirianni likes to run with. And you know the strength of your team right now is the offensive side. Your defense is kind of struggling. You have a lot of injuries on the defensive side.
And he's going to send the punting unit on.
He's going to send the punting unit on the field. Just putting faith in this D-line to make some sacks. But kind of putting your secondary in a bind with some guys that are making their first starts. And just putting that pressure on people that I don't think you need to necessarily do.
So Ricky Hunter will punt it away. High kick. Dursey will just let it bounce. It does so and takes a very favorable Washington and Jefferson roll to the 2-yard line. But a fun game between Allegheny and Washington and Jefferson. Next week, we go back to Allegheny. Grove City, the #1 team in the PAC, undefeated at 5-0, will take on the Allegheny Gators October 14th, 4 o'clock kickoff next Saturday. We're back on KDKA+. So Allegheny 3 weeks in a row. Last week, Carnegie Mellon. Today at W&J. Next week against Grove City. That's a difficult slate for the Gators. 3 teams that the consensus is are at the very top of the conference.
Also, the opportunity for a statement win. They're in this game right now. They just really need to put together something big. Already disadvantaged on their own 2-yard line.
At the 2, hand off to Miller. Miller with room. Volpatti does drag him down. But after a very solid pickup of about 7 yards.
The Gators, ever since the first half ended, the second half, they played completely different. They know the adjustments they had to make at halftime, especially on the offensive end, knowing Declan O'Brien needs to get the ball. And now Miller is all of a sudden heating up after his long run today. We'll see who they go to in the second down.
Johnson with time over the middle, incomplete. Deflected at the line, was trying to connect with Declan O'Brien, and late flags come in. Allegheny very excited by this. It looked like Zach Valentine was involved with maybe a little bit of chirping at the end of it. See if that is indeed the case. Allegheny on the first down run, just able to get out from its own end by the end zone, and Jared Timmons comes off the field.
Play, personal foul, unnecessary contact, number 7, defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, and that is an automatic first down.
So it was Timmons that was involved, as Valentine is the one that stays on the field. Timmons comes off. And it spots the ball after the penalty at the 24, and we take another look at what happened at the very end of it. Right there, a shove to Palmisano, the center. And then it was rather Valentine, my apologies, that went over to Timmons and said, like, man, what are you doing? We don't need that. Deep ball trying to connect with Declan O'Brien. It's caught past the 40-yard line. O'Brien into 30 is pushed out of bounds by Bruno Fabricki. Jack Johnson, Declan O'Brien. Huge play to get inside Washington and Jefferson territory.
I mean, who else but Declan O'Brien? The double move on the outside. He's been running that out route all day long. Fabricki just getting a little too aggressive. And then you just see the speed by O'Brien. What is this game turning into? This is just an exciting game. And now Fabricki's got to go back on O'Brien after that huge gain.
Handoff goes to Miller. Open running room past the 20. Miller spins his way for a first down inside the 15-yard line, and the Allegheny offense is churning and moving at all cylinders.
And this WJ defense is tired. They just had to run 7 yards down the field after that huge play, and then Miller, they just give it right up the gut. No WJ defenders anywhere in the area. They're inside the red zone with a chance to score.
Johnson hands it off. Miller. Tackle made by Valentine at the 10. That was Thomas, rather. Aiden Thomas on the tackle at the 11.
And you just see the whole season, W&J penalties. And then you have the chance to close out this game. And then a costly unsportsmanlike by Jared Timmons. And then you have that huge play by Declan O'Brien taking advantage instantly. This game is way closer than it has to be because of those penalties by the Presidents.
And it was rather Aiden Thomas, my apologies, at a couple plays ago that was talking to Timmons there. 97, not 96. So it's second down and 8, ball at the 11-yard line. Johnson. Pass is caught at the 10. Reception made by Williams. So it brings up third down, only a short gain of a yard. 6 minutes and change left in the fourth.
You know this is not, you know that this is 4 down territory. You don't have to get all the yardage you need right now. Get a play that you know you can get a completion, know you can get some yards, and then bring it down to this 4th down conversion.
3rd down and 7. O'Brien lined up at the 10-yard line, far side of the field. Williams goes in motion near side. Johnson looking middle of the field. Pass is caught. Spinning move made. Diving towards the end zone. Down at the 1-yard line on the reception. Curtis, no block. Able to get ever so close to the end zone and sets up 1st and goal.
Talk about stepping up. Just no block, not getting any catches on the day so far, but making a huge 3rd down conversion. You can tell that Williams was the primary target on that route. However, no block able to get open.
And Alex, that's his 2nd catch of the year.
2nd catch of the year, but great time for that to happen.
Johnson in the pistol. Miller the back. Handed off Miller's way. Miller spinning towards the end zone. Touchdown, Allegheny. It's a 1-possession game in Washington.
Just watch this Allegheny offense put together one of the best drives I've seen them all season. And then Miller able to fight his way for the touchdown. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by this Allegheny offense to really rebound after a tough first half, only scoring 7 points in the first half. And now putting up another 20. Mostly in the 3rd quarter, but also in this drive on the 4th quarter.
Paxton's extra point is up and good. There is a flag thrown, though. Looks like W&J was offsides, trying to block the kick. So the extra point should stand. Penalty declined.
Offsides. Defense. That penalty is to decline. Point is good.
It's a 7-point game at Cameron Stadium. 5:08 remains in the 4th quarter. W&J 35, Allegheny 28.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails, and one-of-a-kind food items. Celebrate an Allegheny win with the newest fall cocktail, Gator Juice. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than the Voodoo Production Facility and Event Space for your next event. For more information, visit voodoobrewery.com.
This awesome gift is from my grandma. I use free pay policy from GBU Life. What does it do? It accumulates cash value, helps protect my future insurability, and it may even earn dividends. What's so great about that? My policy will grow with me. Plus, I get access to the GBU Life Youth Leaders Program, scholarships, and more. Oh. You might be interested in a GBU Life annuity. You're probably thinking about retiring soon, right, Mrs. Jones?
For us, this is not just a job. This is our mission. Providing great patient care. Delivering babies. Healing hearts. Detecting cancer early. Stitching wounds. And holding your hand through it all. Proudly serving our community for over 125 years. Washington Health System.
35-28. Thank you to our spotter, statistician, all the above, Ethan Coolhan, for helping to provide this number. So Declan O'Brien has 18 catches for 233 yards. He has broken his own record for receiving yards in a game, which is 214, which is also the school record for receiving yards in a game. 18 grabs for 233 yards, along of 50, a touchdown. He's averaging 13 yards per reception.
It's unheard of stat line here. And you think with a stat line like that, obviously the game has to be close. And Declan O'Brien is just keeping his team in this game with his constant splash plays that he's making. This Allegheny defense has a chance to prove something.
Schwartz muffed it, able to corral, though, at the 5. Schwartz at the 10 is tackled down, and the ball came out. Allegheny has recovered at the 11-yard line. Was Schwartz down? No signal yet. This might be another huge play in terms of Allegheny getting the football inside the red zone. No signal, scramble for it at the bottom of the pile. Who has the football? Allegheny pointing, the Gators will get the ball. Still no signal, confusion on both sides.
Rolling on the field is dual possession.
And dual possession will rule W&J football. Let's take another look as Schwartz lost it. It is a live loose ball, and it looked like right there Allegheny was able to fall on it. Alex, let's see if we can take another look here and get a look that maybe shows who got it.
Schwartz falling down, great punch out. And then we see Allegheny falls on it initially.
Because, so the football is punched out and stop it a little bit farther. Right there, there's the football. And maybe a half a second.
But dual possession rules for the Presidents. They're back on the field.
Take the handoff. Pugh delivers the pass to Cernudo. Cernudo's got it at the 11. Gets taken down. There is a flag thrown, though, at the 10. See who this might be on as Malcolm Denomi made the tackle. And the penalty will back up W&J again.
Ineligible receiver. Down. Offense. In 60. The ball beyond the line of scrimmage. Still first down.
So referee cut out there to see who the number was, but it is a 5-yard penalty backing the ball up to the 5. 4:51 remains. The clock will wind. First down and 15 for W&J. Pugh in the shotgun, Volpatti the back. Rosati goes in motion towards the far side of the formation. They hand it off to Volpatti. Volpatti has a lot of running room. Past the 10, 15. Volpatti past the 20, and he's dragged down after picking up a first down. Huge run when the Presidents needed it most to get to the 22.
Volpatti just rising to the occasion. Backed up inside their own end zone. Volpatti takes it and almost breaks off a 100-yard run, but able to get tripped up just after he gets the first down.
Joseph brought him down. 4:25 and counting. W&J will just continue to let this clock bleed in the quarter to try to wind out as much clock as possible. 10 on the play clock. Allegheny does have just one timeout left. Rosati goes in motion far side. Handoff goes to Volpatti. Volpatti again with good blocking. Breaks off a tackle. Stiff arm past the 25. Volpatti still going towards a first down at the 32. And is able to pick it up. Another W&J first.
Out.
Reynolds eventually made the tackle. There's an injured player down. And it is Reynolds down on the play for Allegheny. 3:54 to go as Reynolds is helped off of the field by the training staff. So the W&J offense has first down and 10. Ball at the 32-yard line. It looked like what could have been disastrous for W&J after the fumble, but dual possession, being able to retain W&J football. .338 on the clock, 24 on the play clock. W&J will just continue to let the clock run. With only one timeout left for the Gators. Going to have to use it at some point on this drive, but also going to have to get a couple stops. Send Cernudo in motion towards the near side. Ball is snapped with 4 seconds. Hand off to Volpatti. Volpatti, lots of open running room. Past the 40. Volpatti, 45, spins his way to midfield. And that could be the icing on the cake W&J needed. Thanks to Troy Volpatti, the sophomore back.
This is no better time for the Presidents, for Volpatti to start heating up. 2 huge runs, able to break through the line of scrimmage, able to get to the second level. And he's one more missed tackle away from 2 big touchdown runs. No better time for Volpatti to have this type of impact in the game.
.248 and counting, 10 on the play clock. Allegheny can only stop it once. Back-to-back first down plays. Volpatti again on the carry. Lots of open running room past midfield. 45, Volpatti first down. Flag does come in, though, at midfield. This one might be coming back. Allegheny signaling it could be holding. And that is the case. So back up the Presidents, 10 yards.
Offense, number 33. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Zach Cernuto guilty of the hold.
So now this is what the game comes to. First down by W&J ices this game. But if Allegheny can get a stop on a 1st and long, 1st and 20, this could be coming down the last drive here. Maybe give Allegheny offense another chance to score, but it all hangs on the Allegheny defense getting a stop here and making sure they get back their offense back on the field.
Cernuto held Altenbaugh there, and because of that, because it's backed up on the penalty, clock continues to run as Volpatti up the middle only gets a couple yards. And if you're Allegheny, try to force a fumble any way that you can. For W&J, air out the football here, because with 150 and counting, Allegheny can only stop it once. And just doing the math, there's not going to be really any time left.
You're going to see the Allegheny defenders are going to try and keep Volpatti and any ball carrier up for as long as possible, just trying to poke at that ball, trying to get it on the ground. But just not looking like there's going to be much time here for Allegheny. Only able to stop the clock once with their 1 timeout. Still a chance, though, for the Gators.
And off to Volpatti, running near side. Volpatti tackled down at the 42, at the line of scrimmage. And now Allegheny will call timeout with 1:11 left. Third down and 17 coming up.
You got 1:11 on the clock. The play clock takes off 40 seconds between each play. So you're going to leave with a punt right here, potentially getting the ball back with only less than 25 seconds. And that's assuming they get the stop on 3rd down.
And for Allegheny, you know, those timeouts earlier on in the game were utilized in critical situations when they needed them. But now, a little bit, if you're Allegheny, thinking about, you know, really wanting to have those back, because in the second half, you need to use them accordingly. Could have had chances to stop it a few more times, but with 1:11 left, if you're Washington and Jefferson, just keep it something in bounds here on the run. Don't go out of bounds, and Volpatti does so at the 41. Allegheny gets the stop it needed. 1:04 and 40 seconds will run off the clock on the play clock, so we're now under a minute. W&J will look to punt. If you're Allegheny here, do you set up a return or do you just go for the block?
You obviously try to go for the block. The return here, because you know W&J is not going to kick it directly to the returner, so they're probably going to try and kick it out of bounds. So the only way you have a chance of getting a quick score for the Allegheny offense or Allegheny punt return team is to send all the guys you have possible straight at the kicker, straight at Hunter. Hunter's going to do everything he can just to get the quickest punt out possible, not needing to back him all the way back inside the 10.
Timeout taken by W&J. So 25.3 to go. So after this for Allegheny, it's back home next week. We take a look at the Gators' upcoming schedule against Grove City. Final Allegheny game on KDKA Plus. Week 7, October 14th, 4 p.m. kickoff. then at Westminster, and then Teal in week 9. That'll close out October. Now on the opposite side for Washington and Jefferson, still a tough road ahead for the Presidents. Carnegie Mellon, one of the teams that's coming up very, very soon on the schedule. W&J will face off next week against Carnegie Mellon after having a bye next week. So 2 weeks from now, CMU, the bye to be able to prepare for the Tartans. Dursey is standing at the 25-yard line, 25 seconds left. Allegheny looking to try to, they got to run a guy off the field. There's 12 men on the field for Allegheny, no flags, as fair catch is called for. And Allegheny ran a guy off the field very late. It didn't seem like he got off the field. You could hear the crowd here yelling. They had 12 guys on the field.
And they did. They had 12 guys on the field. Williams was not able to get off the field in time. The ref either didn't see it or think it was close enough to not throw the flag. But now, if you looked at this score right after halftime as a Gators fan, you'd be shocked.
Alex, W&J hasn't scored in a half.
W&J has not scored after putting up 35 points in the first half. They haven't scored since halftime.
They have not scored. So now it's a chance for Allegheny. 19 seconds, ball at the 33. Here we go. Johnson with time. Steps up into the pocket. Pass is caught. First down, Williams. Williams towards midfield. Allegheny has to get up quickly and try to spike the ball. 11.8 on the clock. Ball is officially spotted. Picked up by the Gators and clocked with 9.8.
If you go back to this play, you see Declan O'Brien and Williams just head-on collision. I don't know what they were doing here, but they must have thought they were running the same route. They run straight into each other. But then Williams just gets back up, makes the play, and gets across almost to midfield. You got 9 seconds left. You could run one more play here, try to get out of bounds, then go for the Hail Mary. We'll see if they run on this play.
Johnson with O'Brien lined up to the near side as well as Williams. Johnson with time, 7 seconds, rolling out. Might be the final play of the game. Johnson is sacked by Volpatti, and the clock expires. Washington and Jefferson survives against Allegheny as the clock runs out. 35-28, the Presidents grab it in a thriller at Cameron Stadium.
Johnson, all he has to do is just get rid of the football. Throw it out of bounds or something. You just cannot hold on and take a sack. You need to give your chance to throw the end zone. Just a tough way to lose that game after Allegheny played a great second half on both sides of the ball. But how about Volpatti? Just wrapping up Johnson, not letting him get any sort of throwing arm motion. But I'll tell you, what a game by Declan O'Brien.
What a game all around. The response from Allegheny in the second half. An incredible game by Declan O'Brien. He broke his own receiving yardage record and the program receiving yardage record and his own record in terms of receptions. 18 catches for O'Brien. He's our player of the game standing next to Matt.
Declan O'Brien, our player of the game. Declan, a comeback that just comes up just short. You had a career day. I'm sure you give up all those catches, though, to have the different outcome.
For sure, I would. I mean, we fought as hard as we wanted. We came in here. We knew we could have won this game, and we just came up one play short.
Obviously that you're going to be able to get over this, but moving forward, can you take away something from this game to move forward and move on to the rest of the season?
I mean, I think we've shown in every game this year that we can hang with anybody. Unfortunately, we've come up short a few times, but I think we were able to close them out going forward this year.
All right, as our player of the game, you're headed to the All-American Bowl. You get an invitation to go to the All-American Bowl in Minneapolis, Minnesota, home of the Minnesota Vikings. I know you still got some football left in you, but how's that feel to know that you're going to get to represent Allegheny at the All-American Bowl?
Hey, I mean, it feels good. I'll try to represent Allegheny good, but, I just wish we could have won this one.
All right, thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, back upstairs to you.
Thanks, Matt, and thanks to Declan. A career day that just ends up falling short for the Gators. What an unreal game that at halftime, I don't think anybody could have saw this coming.
I feel bad for all the Allegheny Gators fans that might have turned the game off at halftime, but just the heart with the Allegheny Gators team, just knowing that they still have fight left in this season. And now they have a chance next week. Against Grove City to make another impact and make another statement win, hopefully next week.
35-28, Washington and Jefferson holds on to defeat the Allegheny Gators in a wild game from Washington, Pennsylvania. I want to thank our entire crew for being a part of today's broadcast, including Jake Mislimchik and Ryan Milan inside the production truck, Madison Benedict, our assistant producer, some of our great cameramen, including Evan Laurent, the Bonity brothers running everything from down at the field level. For our spotter, Ethan Coolahan, Matt Fargo down on the sideline, and for Alex Terrett, I'm Austin Bechtold saying so long from Washington, Pennsylvania. The final score, Washington and Jefferson survives 35-28 against Allegheny. We'll see you next week from Meadville, Pennsylvania, as the Allegheny Gators are back on KDKA Plus, taking on the #1 team in the PAC in Grove City. So long from W&J.